Hello and welcome back everyone to another session of Ilvermorny. It's going to be a big session. I've got a lot planned. It's going to be pretty exciting. Kids are going to do a little bit of a scavenger hunt this time. Also to all the American, or rather United States watchers, happy Thanksgiving. The session today is actually going to be during Thanksgiving. So I'm pretty excited for that. Just to once again introduce the cast. Starting over with David.
Hey guys, I play Patrice. The new Quidditch keeper.
Yeah.
We're buzzing.
Matt.
I play Finn.
Just Finn?
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing
Yeah,
interesting
good.
about Finn?
Not much. He's
okay.
cool.
Yeah, sure. Alright.
I'm Jared. I play Arthur, and as the GM just said, I'm a piece of shit.
So again, this is during 1890. The students, the players are in the Thunderbird house. Right now they are obviously in November. And yeah, so I think this is the 6th session?
Yep.
6th session? Cool. And yeah, guys, so just to give you guys a quick recap, last couple sessions were pretty much focused on clubs. Thunderbird knocked it out of the park, winning Quidditch. They lost in Charms, unfortunately. But they dominated in Dueling and Transfigurations. The other clubs I just rolled for, save some time and pacing. But right now, they are leading in house points. Or sorry, they're in second place in terms of house points with 175. Horned Serpent's in first with 180. Wampus is in last with 60. And then Puckwudgie's in third with 80. I know I said that weirdly in order, but anyways, yeah, so with clubs, that was the recap. They dominated, they did very well. However, the biggest moment of the last session, there's been a lot of struggle and turmoil within Thunderbird House, and I think it's finally been kind of cleared up. There's a bit of unity now. Arthur finally set aside his arrogance and decided to join the party. Piece of shit, like I said. Anyways, yeah, so we're excited. We've all got a beer. We're ready for this session. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, boys. So, session opens up
Big drink.
5 p.m. of Wednesday. And, Finn is over in the History of Magic room with Professor Lau alone. Class has been dismissed. He's in the room talking to her, and they're kind of just talking about the events that is going to unfold. So Lau looks at you, closing one of her textbooks. Dust kind of floats up into the air. She looks exhausted, tired. She has these big black bags under her eyes. She rubs her forehead. She's like, Finn, we have a lot to discuss. How have you been, though, before we jump into that? How's school been?
Oh, it's been alright.
Yeah?
I think so. I think we're doing alright.
Good. How's your house doing?
It seems to be doing okay. Seems to be good now.
Yeah? So she's like, that's very good to hear, because I think you're going to need them.
Okay.
So, tapping her textbook with her finger, she says, I've been doing a lot of reading on Remor's research and discoveries of the temples. I've discovered going in is not going to be easy, and you're going to need some supplies.
Okay.
The good news is tomorrow, don't spread this and don't tell anybody I told you, but tomorrow there's a big event for Thanksgiving, and it's a scavenger hunt. Professor Krogast, myself, and Ember are fusing our classes so you guys can partake in a scavenger hunt. What I recommend is you use that time to get what you need, because I think in December, when the Christmas break starts, a lot of the teachers are going to go home. The Puckwudgie surveillance won't be as heavy. That is the perfect time for you to infiltrate the temples.
Okay.
You're following?
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm recommending is tomorrow we use this time to get what we need. Okay?
Okay, what do we need?
First of all, you're going to need a lot of potions that are going to heal you, which requires 4 types of ingredients. You need to find wormwood, bulbotuber, Dittany, and you need to get dragon liver. Now, I can tell by your reaction, the dragon liver looks a little, or sounds a little nerve-wracking, which it should. Dragon liver can come from anything with the draconic species. So I'm not going to tell you to go fight a dragon. What I'm going to tell you is to go fight a dragon toad. All these ingredients can be found in the marshes deep within the Brightwood. It's about an hour trek in, which can be dangerous. So it's up to you. If you're not comfortable with taking this risk, I'm not going to force you. You're already doing a lot. So, are you good to go forward? Because if you're going to quit, now is the time, Finn.
No, I'll manage.
Okay. The things they're going to want you to find tomorrow, not that you really have to know this in this moment, but I'm letting you know, is the Medalla. That's only about 30 minutes into the Brightwood. So you're going to have to hustle to the marshes and get back quick. Or else, you know, there might be questions of where you are. Furthermore, there's also doxy that, like those plants, part of the experience, the scavenger hunt, is actually collecting doxy wings. And on top of that, the final step is finding a portrait within the school, and it's in a very difficult hallway to maneuver. Most students actually avoid it for good reason, as it's just a pain to maneuver. But again, your goal tomorrow is to get these herbs, and then on top of it, something else I want you to get while you're in the marsh is willow wood. Because with Remorse research, I have discovered in the first temple, the Earth Temple, there's a forest troll in there. Which, with the willow wood, I'm going to teach you something known as inscription magic. It's an ancient Japanese magical technique that allows you to inscribe magical runes into items and essentially create spell effects through them. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I know it's a lot to take in, and I'm going to let you sit on it.
Where's the willow wood at?
The willow wood's going to be in the marshes. So all these items will be in the marshes.
Except for the Medalla.
The Medalla will not be in there.
Yeah.
That's not relevant to making the potion, though. That's going to be for the scavenger hunt.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, here's the thing. It is extremely dangerous to go into the woods alone. Into the marsh alone. You might encounter doxy, swarms of them, spitting snakes, Acromantula, so some big spiders, and if you're very unlucky, vampire wasps. Which, let's just say, when they sting to drink your blood pretty good. So I want you to know, it is going to be dangerous, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Furthermore, you're going to need a team. You already know that. I know you do. So she pushes the textbook away from herself. She leans back in her chair, and she lets out a long sigh. And she's like, never did I think I'd have an 11-year-old student of mine doing this. There's other ways to get these herbs and materials. However, it's going to require you to steal from Krogast and possibly Ember. But if we can avoid that, then let's avoid it. Okay?
Okay.
So, she's like, I don't want to keep you in here too long. People might start asking questions. So, head over to the Great Hall, eat with your house, talk to them, or don't. But if you choose to go alone, tell me, please.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to talk about before I boot you out of the room?
At the moment, no. I forget all the creatures, but it's fine. I had Doxy,
Vampire Wasp.
Yeah, there's one of them.
Spitting Snake.
That's it. Okay.
If you're lucky and you run into trouble, maybe a deer woman will come to help you.
A deer what?
A deer woman.
Deer woman. Okay.
They're half women, half deer. I'm sure you've heard of centaurs.
Yes.
Like them, but the female version.
So is it really that much better to go face all these dangers than just take it from here?
If you take it from here, there'll be suspicions. To make a healing potion requires one herb of each of those types. To make one potion, depending on how many people you're going to bring into the temple with you, you're probably going to need that many potions. So to steal that many herbs from Krogast, it's not going to go unnoticed.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And especially the dragon toad liver, you would have to go into Ember's little zoo, cut her dragon toad open, and steal a liver. Which will not go unnoticed.
Okay, fair enough. Got it.
Okay.
Is
So,
that everything I need?
that's everything you need to know. We'll talk more when we get closer to the date. I do want to talk about you guys going in with some sort of protection, such as the Quidditch gear. I feel like it would offer
Okay.
some sort of armor. But that's not that important right now. I will be talking about, because I know you're expressing interest, according to Kubo, about making invisibility medallions.
Yeah.
To make those, you need to steal from Krogast. That would be the Mienai. They're going to be these really tiny purple flowers within the Japanese garden of Krogast's lab. However, do that last. That's not a priority. Unless it is to you. But yeah, so she puts her hands on the desk. She stands up. She's like, well, and she kind of chuckles. She's like, class dismissed.
Okay.
So she walks over to the door and she opens it. And you can see she looks very sad on it. Like, she just looks very sad. The fact that she's making you, not making you, but asking you to do all this.
Yeah. It's gonna be okay. We'll
Did you
get
say
it
that,
done.
or?
Yeah.
She's like, I hope so.
Okay.
So you leave and she shuts the door behind her, or behind you.
Cool.
Alright. So, you make your way over to the Great Hall. Everyone's vibing, having a good time, eating dinner. People are talking about how Thanksgiving's tomorrow. A lot of people are talking about how they're excited to have turkey, gravy, mashed potatoes. A lot of people are excited about the family holiday tomorrow. You sit down over at your house, and Victoria looks up, half chewing food, kind of mumbling too. She's like, where have you been?
Oh, just some studies.
Just
Private studies.
Oh, private? Why didn't you invite us?
Private.
So she just puts more food in her mouth, just nodding. Kiana looks at you, her head tilts, and you see her eyes change color. And when they come back, and it's only for like a few seconds, when they come back to, she kind of smiles at you. She's like, private studies, eh?
Can I roll to see if I noticed her eyes going or anything?
Sure. I mean, you don't really have to know. You looked over at her and you noticed, yeah?
Okay, yeah, that's all.
Yeah, so you definitely know she looked into something.
Okay.
Well, you can share.
She's like, what were you doing with Lau?
She was just telling me about something going on tomorrow, but it's supposed to be a secret.
I want to add in. I'm just like, is here at the dining hall with everyone else the spot to even bring it up?
Not at all.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Not now.
What exactly?
Not now, Patrice. We'll talk about it after.
All right. I just want to. I want to sort of turn over to Melvin and ask him about how he's been doing with Evelyn.
So you see Melvin, he looks so pish posh. Like he's some sort of noble born out. He's like cutting at his chicken with like the knife in his left hand, holding the fork in his right. Eats it very slowly, chews it, looks at you, puts his fork and knife down. He's like, well, Patrice, my time with Evelyn has been very well. She has taught me manners, dueling, politeness, etiquette. And then he just looks at you and he's like, God, she's suffocating, man. She's suffocating.
Oh, God.
I want to give a good chuckle for him. But, like, do I notice he's sticky as well, or no? Has he lost the stick?
He's lost the stick. He's not as sticky.
Seems like he's lost a...
He's lost some sniffles, too. I want to look at him and be like, seems like she's shaping you up pretty good, but it seems like you just took a complete 180.
I wanted to say, I'm like, it takes a strong person to deal with a beast like you, right?
So he nods and he kind of like, yeah. And then Victoria's like, see, my mom always says a woman's touch fixes everything. Kiana starts to agree with her, nodding.
I want to turn back to him and ask him, like, I know we're facing Horned Serpent this week. Are you, like, excited to play, or next time we do clubs?
So he looks a bit nervous when you say that. He's like, yeah, I think I'm excited to face them. And then he kind of like looks over at Arthur, and then he looks back down at his plate, and he starts grabbing and just kind of unexcitedly begins to eat again.
Can I insight into that at all?
Yeah.
No?
Throw me that
I
insight.
just want to see what's bothering him.
Plus 8.
16 plus 8. It's like 22.
Definitely something's up. Something about Evelyn and Arthur is really causing him a lot of anxiety.
Ooh.
Face value, it looks like it's a little, but you can tell it's a lot.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
There's more to it.
There's more to it.
I'm like, I guess you're
Can't
going to be
read
dueling
into it.
against her, right?
Sorry?
You're going to be dueling against her, right?
He's like, yeah, you know, like, we both agreed that, you know, the time was going to come, so we're eventually going to have to go against each other, but, and he just shrugs, like, I don't know.
Are you going to share what she's taught you to the rest of us, or no?
So he looks at Arthur again, and then he looks back, he's like, yeah, I could, yeah, I can.
I'm just eating my dinner this whole time. I just want to have that, and I'm just looking down eating. I'm thinking about like Thanksgiving. So if anyone's wondering,
I want to look back and be like, I don't care if you don't, but I still think we can beat them without knowing whatever she's got.
So Melvin nods, like, I do too. I think so too. For Finn, you're starting to get it now. You look behind you, and you can see that Evelyn is staring at Melvin and Arthur. And you can infer based off how insightful you are with your passive high insight. It seems like Melvin is anxious with the situation because you think you're inferring that he might be conveying information to Evelyn about Arthur. Double agent, if you will.
Wow.
So Melvin's just her puppet.
Yeah, based off what Finn's gathering, based off his inferences with his insight.
Wow.
All of a sudden, you feel a tap at your shoulder. Patrice does, and it's Benedict. Benedict's like, "Hey, do you mind if I talk to you out in the hall?"
Yeah, for sure, Benedict. Just gonna get up and follow him outside.
Yeah. So when you follow him outside, right when you walk around the corner, Aeonna's standing there, and she looks at you and she looks down. She's like, "Listen, I want to talk about what happened." I don't know how to explain this because it's really uncomfortable, but I didn't tell on you. I didn't snitch.
Oh, you didn't snitch, but you didn't want to stand up when Benedict and I did, so I get it.
She's like, I didn't know how to go about it. Like Kiana told the teachers that you did it.
Kiana?
So she looks at the ground. She's like, yeah, Kiana did, and I don't want to cause turmoil within your house. I know you guys are starting to prepare, but. Yeah. She's like, I didn't say anything. And Benedict, he looks at you. He's like, I was there. He didn't say anything. Or she didn't say anything. And he says, I had to go to the office, and on my way there, Kiana was leaving. And that's when they said to me, like, Kiana told us everything. Confess now. So I don't know how she knew, but she did.
Regardless, I still, even if you didn't rat on her, you didn't stand up with Benedict and I. So, it's whatever.
Oh.
You didn't have to do that if you didn't want to, but I guess we'll move on past it now.
So she smiles at you. She's like, I'm very happy to hear that.
I'm in deep thought right now, like,
Yeah.
wondering how that just happened.
So Benedict's like, he kind of grabs Aeonna's shoulder. He's like, listen, how about we go back and eat? Patrice, maybe if you're available on the weekend, we can practice more dueling, some charms or something.
Yeah, I
studying?
want to stop and look at you, Leanna and Benedict, and be like, I know we've been through a lot when we went out there, but I was wondering, do you guys feel comfortable going out there again?
So you see Aeonna looks up. She's like, I've spent my whole life in the woods. And she looks at you very confidently, and she speaks very confidently. She's like, I've hunted I've had to skin animals, I've trapped, fished, but I cannot get that hide behind out of my head.
I don't know, shiver when I hear the hide behind because I remember how
Yeah.
frightening it was. And then I look over at Benedict. And like I don't know what happened. He was like sort of recall the whole fight event. And just remember how he just got bodied.
Bodied, yeah. So Benedict grabs his chest, he kind of rubs it. He's like, I know it's hard for me to forget too, but what brings me back to reality, and he grabs both your shoulders, he's like, is knowing that I have friends that fight by my side. You see that compassion comes out of him.
So when Benedict does that, I sort of want to look at Ayana, make eye contact with her, and just sort of, portray, like, tell her that, like, I'm ready to move past it, like.
I love it. Ayana smiles, she nods at you. She's like, the dynamic trio's back, and she grabs Benedict's shoulder and yours as well.
Yeah, I want to sort of come in with them and be like, yeah, we'll ride together.
Oh, nice. I love it. As that happens, Arthos comes up with 4 Pukwudgie marching behind him. He looks at you you three, and he's like, students, is there a reason you're not in the Great Hall eating?
No, we were just talking about some stuff about Thanksgiving,
Of course. You guys excited to have turkey?
Yeah, I love Thanksgiving. Great holiday.
So he nods, he's like, very well. Carry on.
See Arthos. I just want to walk away.
And he starts marching away with the Pukwudgie. After they finish marching away, Benedict, he looks at you guys like, I've been hearing rumors lately about something about a scavenger hunt tomorrow. Have you guys heard anything on that? Ayana shakes her head no.
Yeah, that's news to me.
So Benedict's like, if we see each other in the woods, like, I know a lot of herbs, so if we have to go in the woods, I can help you guys out if you need it.
That'd be grateful. I'd be thankful for that, but I'll probably stick with Thunderbird. Just, we're in a close race with Horned Serpent right now for points. I think that I need to be with my team.
Yeah. So Ayana laughs. She's like, we're in dead last. We definitely got to catch up to you guys. Maybe we'll start beating you in transfigurations and charms and everything else.
Yeah, the Wampus, you'll keep doing things. I just want to sort of think about the Quidditch match again. And,
Destroying Brutus.
Yeah, and just like sort of smile. But yeah, if this is a scavenger hunt tomorrow, I'd be happy to meet you out there. But I don't think we can go together.
Okay. So he nods. He's like, okay, well, it is what it is. I'm going to go sit back with my house. I'm sure Briar's wondering where I went. But it was nice talking Patrice, Ayana. And he scattles away back to his table, leaving just you and Ayana. And she just kind of awkwardly nods. She's like, well, I think I'm going to go back to the dormitory. I've got some studying to do.
I want to catch her before she goes and be like, Ayana, the Sasquatch you saved us, do you know who he is or anything about him?
So she looks at you, she's like, well, he's just a Sasquatch. Why would there be more to his character?
Yeah, he left a note with me, actually, and I was going to show you, but I never had the chance to, but it was the letters, or the initials HR, which I think stand for Harry Remore.
Henry Remore.
Henry Remore.
Harry Remore. He was Harry. So she's like, she's like, that's impossible. How could a Sasquatch, or how could a human be a Sasquatch?
I just want to look at her, like, confused. Like, I don't know, possibly Henry gave the note to the Sasquatch, I thought, too. So even if that Sasquatch isn't him, I know he's with them somehow, some way.
So she gets close to you. She's like, the rumors say Henry Moore disappeared a couple years ago. Like, he's supposed to be dead or missing. So if that Sasquatch knows about it, don't you think we should go find him?
Well, if I got this note, that means at least he's still alive. So I don't think we should bother worrying about where he is. He seems like he's surviving.
Ayana nods. She's like, okay. Yeah, that's a lot to take in.
I've been thinking about it a lot, but I never knew what it meant. What kind of message he was trying to send.
So she continues to nod. She's like, interesting. I wonder, Briar knows a lot about the Sasquatch. maybe we should talk to Benedict about that.
Yeah, we can bring it up. I know you were close with them a lot, though. I didn't know if there was, like, and you knew personally as well.
My tribe has worked with them, although we don't. We speak broken Sasquatch, but we don't. I don't know, for it to be Henry or more, though, that's beyond my knowledge. Maybe my chief would have more knowledge, but should we go talk to Benedict right now about this?
No, it's okay. Let's just keep it between us right now.
So she's okay.
Well, maybe we'll run into him again if we get separate lost out there.
Yeah, hopefully we don't. Hopefully the hide behind's not out there.
Just want to nod and sort of walk back. See you later.
So she leaves, you walk back. And to the table you want to walk back?
Yeah, to like our table.
Okay. So you see Patrice comes back to the table. You guys have just been kind of quietly eating.
Well, it seems like everyone's got their secret communities going on.
I just want to like look up and then just look over at him.
Melvin
at
looks,
Arthur, that is.
Yeah.
And be like, secret communities? I didn't know. We had to share everything with each other.
No, I'm not saying to share. I was just saying that you guys have secret communities. That's all. I don't even know anything you're doing. That's all your business.
I'll tell you. It's not now.
Whatever you'd like.
Of course.
I just want to like...
Should be no secrets between houses. I'm gonna look at fucking Melvin right now.
Melvin looks at you. You see like sweat coming down his temple. He's like, "There's no secrets between us, Finn."
So I want to be like, Finn, are you trying to insinuate at a house meeting or something?
I think it's about time. Maybe we should.
I want to sort of... Because I wanted to initially look at Arthur and look back down then. When the meeting was coming back up. I want to raise my head again, sort of just like still be quiet though.
Okay.
Just looking and sort of...
If that's something everyone's interested in.
Kiana looks at you. She's like, "I think it's time we all have that talk."
I want to then look at Kiana as
you
well.
would.
She's like, I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
I want to call her like, no way.
Am I gonna incite this, or is this even...
No, you know she knows something.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, your insight, yeah. She's 100% bullshit. Classic Kiana. Fucking
We'll just
So
eat.
then, after dinner, house meeting.
Let's go.
That's what it has to be.
So, is there anything else anybody wants to talk about
At dinner?
at dinner?
And you know, I'll bring it up. I'll be like, while we're eating, I'll be like, I don't know, randomly, I'm like, hearing you all talk about like your family and stuff like that is always so interesting. It really like shows like the different styles that we all have, you know? Like for me, and again, I know it sounds like talking about me or like bringing up my like history and stuff like that, but for me, like Thanksgiving was never like really a celebrated thing or even a family thing. My father was always working, my brother's either at school or out, and especially ever since when my mom passed. So it's always just kind of been me for Thanksgiving. So it's always an interesting.
Melvin nods as well.
I'm like, it's always a interesting thing to hear the different perspectives. I'm like, I know Finn has it different than you guys too, from what he's told us. But yeah, just hearing it, it's interesting.
I want to look at him after he says that and be like, I spent every year at Thanksgiving with my dad, just me and I. It was really nice. When we farmed, dude, this would be what we'd saved up for, and we had an absolute feast.
Oh, cool.
We even had like our own cornucopias every year. It's a beautiful tradition before the cold of the winter. So I'm glad you finally get to spend it with a nice family now.
A father's and his son's bond is quite something, huh?
Oh yes, I know.
Melvin nods. He's like, it really is. Kiana, she's like, yeah, my Thanksgiving, usually my parents, they weren't farmers, though that's really cool because you pretty much grew your own food. We usually just bought a nice turkey and just kind of celebrated together. And she looks at Kiana and she's like, what about you? She nods. She's like, no, very similar. We usually I have a big family, so I usually had all my aunts and my uncles over, and since we're pure blood, we usually had a big magical festival with it as well.
Victoria or Kiana?
Victoria.
Okay, you said Kiana.
Yeah, so Kiana looks over at Victoria.
Oh, okay.
So Victoria is the pure blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, with the big. Okay, got it. Are you guys gonna miss it this year?
Kiana nods. She's like, I've been missing my parents a lot, but they told me I have to do this to understand my eyes better. But I miss them every day. And Victoria nods as well. She's like, I miss my parents too. And you see Melvin. He nods and he's like, he just shrugs and he keeps eating.
My dad's probably blackout drunk right now, so I'm just trying
And I mean, at least even though he's working, at least I can see Arthos every other week.
Yeah.
And hey, I mean, I guess Finn has his siblings here, so realistically, I guess this school's really brought some kind of family together, huh?
Oh, you're right.
Well, besides, of course, your father. I don't know if that can really be on the grounds here.
No, but you two both have your family together now. For Thanksgiving, that's beautiful.
Kiana's like, yeah, why don't you get together with your older brother and sister and have a little dinner?
No, that wouldn't work out.
She's like, do you want me to help with it?
No, it's okay. I got a new family now.
Well, it seems your sister, though, has been quite keen of you.
Yeah,
when we watched Transfiguration.
She's been really good. She's been really helpful.
And
I just won't talk to the other one.
I'll look down the table and see if I can find him, because he's in our house, right?
You look down the table, you see him and a few of his buddies are kind of just like pounding freaking drinks against the table, being really loud and obnoxious when they don't have to. You can see Raven further down closer to you guys, just kind of introvertedly sitting alone, eating, not talking to anybody around her.
Well, I mean, every family has their characters.
Kiana kind of giggles. She's like, yeah, I'm mine.
How many brothers and sisters do you have, Kiana?
So I'm an only child, but I'm a character because I've always had these visions. Always freaked my parents out.
I want to turn to Victoria then. Like, do you have any siblings that go here right now as well, or no?
Victoria, she shakes her head. She's like, no, I don't actually. I do have 2 younger sisters, though. Yeah, I'm the oldest. And then she looks at it. She's like, what about you, Melvin? Do you have any siblings? And Melvin, he's like, no, a lot of my family's dead. And then
I just want to look at. I'm just like,
Oh, that's sad.
I think we're all like shocked.
Yeah. I'm just like, I've had my fair share of death, but I'm like, and I've treated you guys poorly. But you, from the moment I've met you, Melvin, you've been gung ho and just brave-hearted, and I would have never guessed that. I'm sorry to hear. I know how terrible losing a family member is.
So he doesn't look you in the eye. He just keeps looking at his food. He's like, yeah, it's terrible when it's your fault too, but he kind of laughs. He puts his forks down. He's like, anyways, isn't there a talk we should be having?
Yeah, we can make our way to the room now.
So he gets up and without like a moment's notice, he just like walks away from the table. You see Kiana looking at him kind of like curiously, and then her eyes shift again. And then when they come back to...
I wanted to actually put my hand like on Kiana there right before and maybe try and snap her out of it before.
Yeah.
And everything. I want to be like, we shouldn't always look into someone's stuff. Like I said, and even though I said it poorly on the first time, sometimes people don't always want to be looked at.
She looks at you, kind of just like full listening, looks back at Melvin, and you can see her expression is so sincere. She looks like she's very like concerned for Melvin, but then she looks back at you and she says, "You're right." And she gets up.
I'm going to also say to her, I'm just like, if it seems like Melvin shares a similar thing with me where death is his fault as the death was mine. If I was able to get through it in the way I am and how he's way ahead of me.
So she nods her head. She's like, the difference between you two, though, are he feels guilt, you feel shame. And she starts to walk away.
I'm just going to stand there for a second, just
take that in.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit, you know that? You're
That's what I am.
pulling the heartstring like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk back in like a very somber mood after hearing that about Melvin.
So after you get up and you start walking away, you see Melvin when he starts walking towards the exit of the Great Hall. You see Evelyn calling out to him. She's like, Melvin, Melvin. She starts chasing up to him. And she grabs his hand. She's like, can we talk? And Melvin just rips his hand from her. And he's like, not now, Evelyn. And he just carries on. You guys all walk past her, and she looks also concerned, kind of weirded out by it.
I'd like to walk up because I guess I'm the last one. Really.
Yeah.
I'd like to walk up there.
So she looks at you, and you just see she fixes her posture, raises her chin to the
I'm not
ceiling.
gonna like stare at her or anything, and just kind of let's stop and like stare forward. I'll just be like, you know, you and I, if anything, are always gonna be at odds with each other, but we both share a similar interest in worrying for him.
She nods her head, and she just goes, we'll see about that.
Evelyn, we're one and the same. Act all you want, but we both know. And then I'm going to keep walking.
So you keep walking, and you just can hear her just like pissed off groan. She's just like, and then just walks back to her table stomping. You guys reach the dormitory. Melvin's sitting on the bed. Kiana goes and sits over on Finn's bed, his couch. And Victoria goes and sits beside Kiana. And Kiana's like, all right, Finn.
I'm in? Like,
Yeah, everyone's
I'm just
in.
going to, I guess, again, since I'm the last one, I'll just go in and close the door.
Okay.
And everything, and then, walk.
I want to sit like directly in front, like facing Melvin, because I want to see you.
Okay.
I want to like be facing directly at him, you know.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I'm going to send, like, more towards, like, the back of the group.
all right. So,
Is there multiple couches? Or are we standing?
there's multiple couches. There's 3. There's like 2 small couches and a long one, and then there's beds around circling the room.
Oh, is there a fire? There's a fireplace at the front.
There's a
Actually, I'm
fire-
going to stand on the side of a fireplace.
On
I
the
guess,
side of
yeah.
the fireplace.
And just kind of, like, lean up against it.
Okay. So, here's Melvin, Patrice, with your back to the fireplace, the couch, which Victoria and Kiana sit on, and then Arthur standing by the fireplace. So Kiana looks at Finn. She's like, all right, Finn, let's hear it.
I wanted to look, as soon as she says that, I'm like, no, let's hear it from you, Kiana.
So Kiana looks at you. She's like, what do you want to hear?
You told Izini that I went out there and lost us all those house points.
Yeah.
You said no
I'm just
secrets.
I'm
and
just
why I
going to
never
correct
sold us.
my posture and be like, whoa. It's quite an accusation to have, Patrice. Why is this out of nowhere? I thought you thought it was Ayana.
Benedict told me otherwise, and I trust him.
Kiana, so she stands up and looks at you. She's like, I would never. I didn't even know you did that.
You know a lot of things, let me say that, Kiana.
She's like, oh, well played. So she shakes her head. She's like, I don't know everything though. Like, yeah, I can look into people, but so she's like, she sits back down. She's like, I don't know how to defend myself. You're not wrong.
I want to look at her story. Like, did you tell Izini? I'm giving you, like, I know I called you out, but if you're telling me you're being honest right now, I'll believe you.
So she looks you dead in the eyes, and she's like, I did not tell Izini. I did not.
I want to then ask him to say, I know it was a while ago, but do you remember anything from that day?
She's like, no, I mean, I remember studying with Victoria, right, Victoria? And she's like, yeah, we studied all the way till, like, nighttime.
Which is when this happened.
You guys went in around after dinner, right?
No curfew, right?
Yeah, right before curfew, yeah. So she's like, I remember... She's like, but we went to bed, and then the next day we had class, we studied, and they're like, I didn't really tell anybody because I didn't want to worry, but I did have a moment where I had a bit of a fit, where like my eye started bleeding, and I immediately went to the nurse's office.
Do you remember anything about that?
No, I briefly remember Izini taking me into her office and calming me down and then leaving.
Okay. I want to then bring up and be like, look, I've done research on the eyes only because of how prominent it's been and after my suspicions. And I believe Kiana's being bewitched.
Oh, Victoria gasped.
Meaning that whoever is bewitching her is also able to use her eyes against her, as well as find out what is happening.
So being bewitched, she controls them, or she just can see into their mind?
I imagine it would depend on the strength of whoever is doing it, but normally bewitching, they need to be nearby. But again, I would imagine the strength of that user, or whatever that user knows as well, could amplify that. And realistically, all they need is to be side by side to be nearby, and they could run as many things as they want on her without any knowledge.
Well, Kiana, would you suspect anyone of bewitching you?
No, not only you guys know about my eyes. The faculty here do, but I doubt they would. Why would they do that? That's against the ministry, against Makusa's laws. You can't bewitch a student.
Let me ask you then, has anything else come from when you were last in the hospital then? Because I'm not sure if you remember, or if anyone told you, I found you in your dorm being attacked on the floor, and I was able to get whoever that was away. And the wand in hand that I remember looked an awful lot like Izini's. Now, she claims not to have done it, and my father got me to stand down. But we cannot pretend that whoever is doing this is a more powerful wizard if they're beating any of these charms or enchantments put up, let alone someone with the knowledge of it.
So Kiana looks at you and she stands up. She's like, are you saying that the headmistress is hexing me?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it could be anyone in the faculty. It's either faculty or a higher, like a 7th or 6th year student.
So you see she clenches her fists together just in anger. And then her eyes go to gray to like rewind. Like she's rewinding the thoughts. And as she's doing it, she's holding it for a good minute. And then 2 minutes go by and you see blood streaming down. And she's continuing.
So you want to grab her?
Yeah,
right now?
I'm gonna grab her and everything. Get like handkerchief or like on me and like wipe the blood and be like, Kiana, snap out of it right now.
So as you put it, she slaps your hand away and she's like, no, no, and she's just more blood streaming down. She's like, who's doing this?
I'm going to literally pick her and just like pin her down on like the couch, and then I want to cast Inferno Cerebro.
Whoa, yeah,
that could
okay.
hurt her.
She's hurting her, so I need to be able to stop her from doing these visions.
Roll that shit. Alright,
You gotta roll.
You
You get advantage on it.
15 plus my
So you hit her with it. It kind of like twitches her head to the left, and then roll a d4 for how much on the roll.
It's the D6 of psychic, or
Not the d6, yeah.
it's
But the
D6 is pass, D4 is fail.
No, the d4. You add a d4. So if you land a success with Inferno Cerebrum, you have to roll a d4 to minus how much off their next roll. Do you have d4?
Yeah, I do. It's right here. 2.
Okay. Nice. Okay. So you do that, her eyes come back to normal, and the blood stops, and then the tears just start strolling down the side of her
I
eyes.
guess, yeah, since I'm the one pinning her down,
Yeah.
I'll like wipe it away. Different handkerchief or like other side and everything. And then I want to be like, Finn, where are the seeds? Do we have any in the room still?
Like the dream seeds? Is she asleep?
No, she's not asleep. Her eyes are like, they go back to normal. She's just crying.
The seeds won't
she's
do
not
anything.
in
No,
any-
she's not knocked out yet.
the
Oh,
seeds
okay. I
won't
thought
do
she was
Knock
like in a
her out,
knocked
no.
out thing. Yeah,
So-
I'll be like, you're with your house. Do
So-
not worry here.
Okay, so she's like, I know I'm with my house. I'm just trying to figure out who's doing this to me.
Hurting yourself does not figure that out, though.
It's not that hard.
Maybe you're not even being bewitched, and we're just making
No.
something.
So, she just looks around. She's like, "Why though? Like, why me? Why my eyes?"
They're powerful, Kiana. They are very powerful.
Wait. Finn brought something up to me after the incident happened. You wouldn't have had any idea about it, Kiana, because this is when we just got kicked out of the hospital after my actions. But he brought up to me about Izini working with my father and stuff like that. If your eyes are able to do what they're able to do, they could be prepping and trying to see what they can find with it.
So she looks at you, she's like, "You're saying your father, the leader of Makusa, is working with the headmistress to control me, to use my eyes to see what? To see what?" And you see her voice, like her tone's getting more aggressive. She's like, "What are they trying to see?"
To see a way to save the wizarding world is the only thing I can think of.
So she's like, "What is it to be saved from?"
There's wars, Kiana. There's politics.
Damn.
I grew up in this. The Sasquatches, everything that's happening at this school.
I want to
You have to think about it.
Too.
If if any of us were right now to pull up the events at this school throughout a year, the past 5 years compared to what's happened in this year alone, something's not adding up. Everything has been going crazy. And I'm not just to mention the bad, but Thunderbird as a house is winning the clubs that they haven't won in a few years. We've been losing clubs that we normally are good in, but we've also been winning clubs that we're good and also horrible in. Sasquatches are being let out of here without any notice. Makusa is more into the school because of the failure of security here. You've been in the hospital and have seen how many visions, let alone I was the one that saw your first one or was with you the first time. Here. About the Goths will rise again. And what is this school made on the foundation of?
Bro, I never heard that shit the first time.
That whole bloodline.
I don't think so. That's...
Yeah. That whole...
fuck.
That whole bloodline. I'm not saying someone's evil, but I cannot pretend either at this whole time that I have not been brought up to be a Makusa agent and been doing this investigation. I know we're all young, but there's things lining up and no one's saying anything about it. I don't understand how it's going unseen. Something has changed. Something's made our year different.
Oh, wow. So Melvin, you hear him whisper or Patrice hears him whisper under his breath, "The winds are changing."
Whoa, yeah. Stuff has been going sideways ever since we joined. Ever since this year. What kind of winds are you talking about, Melvin?
Melvin looks out the window towards the Brightwood, looks back at you, he's like, "The northern, the eastern, the southern, the western, they're all changing," which indicates something big, be it catastrophic or revolutionary, is going to happen. And he looks over at Finn, he's like, "You need to tell us what you wanted to tell us." And you see Victoria goes over to like help Kiana up and like nods at you.
Okay.
So she like puts Kiana back on the couch and starts to wipe her eyes with like or wipe the blood away.
Can we just pause it right now? Please. Pause it.
Yeah.
I want to say I turn to Finn, and then I say, "Finn, think you were going to tell us something."
This whole time I'm just like pacing back and forth, just tweaking the fuck out.
Oh,
Just
shit.
like, wasn't supposed to happen like this. Okay. Alright.
I want to like just go to the door, by the way, walk quietly to the door and just kind of like poke out to see if I see anyone.
Yeah, you poked your head out. About like 15 feet away is a Pukwudgie guard, just standing there, not listening, just kind of.
Okay, yeah, that's all that. Yeah, and then I'll go back to my spot. Yeah.
I want to walk over to Melvin, sort of seeing what's happening with Finn over there, and as soon as I get there, like, I sort of want to look over at Finn and be like, Finn. Like,
Alright, so
but like, what's wrong?
So I'm clearly stressed right now. I'm just gonna, Alright. Alright, before we start this, do we have complete trust from everyone here?
So Melvin kind of like squints at you. He's like, yeah. Kiana rubbing her eyes. She's like, yeah, of course. And then Victoria nods as well. Kind of, she looks a little suspiciously at you. She's like, yeah, I guess. Patrice and Arthur.
Yeah, I'm just like nodding. No secrets now.
No secrets now, huh?
I like that.
No secrets now. I'm gonna look directly at Melvin. No secrets now.
Melvin looks at you and he's just like, no secrets now.
You want to tell us about these wins first and foremost?
So he's
I'm
like,
just trying to gather myself to think. That's why he's behind time right now.
so he's like, I'm sure some of you we learned about in our magical creatures class, but Chanotila, I can see them, I can hear them.
You can see and hear the Chanotila?
So he nods, like, yeah. And can you?
Yeah, I can.
So
I can.
So he grabs your hand and he puts it against the window and he's like, what do you hear? And as you listen, you can hear screaming in the woods. Like faint, like horrifying screaming, as if like an army is being tortured.
I just want to look and make eye contact with Elvin and be like, Al, this has been going on? You've heard this?
So he looks at you, he's like, the winds are changing, Patrice. And he looks back at the group, he's like, something bad is gonna happen. The Chanotila are foreseeing it, and they're saying that it's gonna happen within the next 6 months.
We were told they're messengers of danger. When
I know
Edward
they're messengers
first
of danger.
Told us that.
That's not a good sign, guys.
So Melvin shakes his head, he's like, no.
What did you see in that forest? Classic deflections.
Me, Benedict, and Aeona went out in the forest. Aeona didn't stand up when Benedict and I did.
No, but you saw the Chanotila.
Yeah, we saw
heard
those
they
out there.
warned of danger, so what happened?
I saw this shape-shifting figure. I think we saw it in Magical Creatures class. It was a hide behind, right? That's what it was.
So, you see Melvin shudder. He's like, those things are deadly. They hunted a lot of my I've heard they've killed a lot of my family.
Melvin, you told us you were a nomad.
So, he's like, where I come from in Minnesota, the common tales amongst my nomad village, is don't go in the woods, as there's wolves that hide in there. Well, the local tales tell of one wolf that can shift its body in such a way that it could hide behind a twig. I've witnessed people in my group running, and then all of a sudden an arm comes out and cuts their leg.
Do I even need to insight roll on this lie, or are we gonna...
What's your passive insight's 18?
Yeah.
No, he's not lying. He's telling the truth. He has been running with a group of... The people part is a little iffy, but he has been running with individuals, and someone has definitely lost a leg.
I want to then say, I'm just like, these stories in your village went on of your people being slaughtered, and no Makusa people, I guess you wouldn't have known, but stopped it.
It's like, why would Makusa care about nomads? They care about...
Because those are creatures from our world. It's the same as we want to try and hide it. Just if the bad gets out, then everything gets out. It's the same thing.
So
it's the way we look. It's the way we look at Sasquatches.
So he says, I hate to break it to you, Arthur, but Makusa cares about Makusa, and the higher echelon of magical society. They don't care about anything beneath that. That's the truth.
What would you know about Makusa, Melvin? You are a nomad. You want to keep talking about it, being cryptic, and then saying you know these things. When we first met you, you knew nothing about it. And now you're talking as if you're an expert. Anyone else that actually knows Makusa can say it, but you have no interactions with them. You're just going off a tale of what they want to say about us Greys. And how we've been at this school, or how my father runs it.
He stares at you, but then he remembers all those moments you bullied and intimidated him. And he looks down, he's like, no, you're right. I don't know anything about the Greys or Makusa. And he just keeps quiet after that.
Back to being cryptic, Melvin.
He says, no, back to being a coward. And he looks at Finn, he's like, what do you want to talk about? So honestly, and he looks at Arthur, he's like, I think I'm done here.
No, we're not done here.
So he's like, what? What do you want to talk about?
It's okay. There's a lot to talk about here. We're going to start with the simplest thing. There's a scavenger hunt tomorrow, guys. It's fun. Let's bring up the mood a little bit here, please.
Who's organizing the scavenger hunt?
The teachers. It's for classes.
Scavenger hunt.
Yeah. It's for points we need to find. It's the history of magic, herbology, and school,
Magical creatures.
Magical creatures, that's right. Thank you for helping me, whoever that
Wind.
was.
It was the wind.
Again, I've never heard about...
Melvin pushes the window down.
I've never heard about a scavenger hunt at Ilvermorny before. Is that another new thing going on in this year alone?
That I don't know.
Victoria says, I have heard of classes fusing to do activities. No, I'm not sure about a scavenger hunt. Usually they try to keep, first-year students out of the Brightwood, but who knows? Maybe they're trying to build competence.
Guys, the
Especially
Brightwood's cool.
Is it cool?
We just
Benedict didn't look too good after he came back from there.
It's a little dangerous out there, but it's an adventure, that is.
Look, we keep getting off the topic of what this meeting was supposed to be about clearly. And now we're all
The
over
meeting
place.
was
What-
no secrets. That's what the meeting was about.
But what did you want to talk about? Kiana brought up you were with Lau. You're
Yes.
saying no secrets,
Yes.
and yet you haven't said anything.
It's hard to explain. But I have been training with Lau. I've been meeting with Lau. I've been speaking with Lau
Oh,
quite a bit.
shit.
Sushina too?
A bit. She doesn't. No, not really. She's there sometimes, but it's mostly Lau and sometimes Kubo.
So Victoria looks at you, shaking her head confused. She's like, wait, so all these times you say you've been studying, you've actually been working with a teacher, training? Why didn't you tell us this? It's been like 3 months.
Teachers aren't supposed to even
Yeah.
do this, let alone.
Okay, so this is complete trust here now, guys. This is where it gets interesting. So there was a kind of a time, Victoria, I think you might remember. Was it Victoria or Kiana? I don't remember now. Where we took a trip to meet Thorn. Does anyone remember that? Who was that? Was that Kiana or Victoria? I'm actually shook right
Victoria.
now. Victoria. You remember when we did that?
So she nods, she says, yeah.
So I took his keys.
So she shakes her head, she's like, no, you didn't.
I want to meet her and be like, did you let out the Sasquatch?
No, this was after. This was after that point.
Oh, so Melvin's like, you stole keys. Why?
To be honest, I don't know. It's just what I do. But I did it, and I took those keys, and I wanted to see what they opened. I was kind of investigating the Sasquatch thing a little bit, but I didn't find anything really. Just kind of, I went to the History of Magic room, and I opened it because, we were in there before, and Lau talked about the room with the artifacts, so I opened that as well.
So Victoria's like, you broke into a room, a teacher's room, and snuck into a room off limits to students.
Wait. What day did you do this on?
I think you already know what day it was.
Because you showed up to the hospital room.
Yep.
Oh.
With the zini and your father. That's exactly right.
So Victoria looks at you. She's like, "What did you find? What was in the room?"
Another door.
So Kiana looks at you. She's like, "Another door? I don't understand."
Can I insight if she knows? Oh, 5. Oh,
Plus
that's
your
not,
8?
Yeah, that's not good.
No, but despite it not being good, you got plus 8. And reading her expression, she doesn't know.
She doesn't know?
Doesn't
I wouldn't-
know. It's
I'm
genuine
like-
confusion.
I'm like, let alone what the door's being. My question is that you say you found whatever this door is, yet you've been training with Lao, whose room that is. And not to mention, why would she do that with you? Why you?
We're getting there.
Melvin looks at you. He's like, "Jealous, Gray?"
No, it's enough, Melvin. We don't need any of these comments right now. We don't need to be at each other's throats,
Yeah, I'm
okay?
gonna be like, Melvin, did I upset you by questioning your cryptic messages when I've been nothing but truthful to the house, no matter my methods?
So he's a cryptic. Why don't you tell everybody about how your mom died? What? Tell them.
Melvin, we don't need to talk
Yeah,
about
I'm gonna
that.
stand up and be like, how dare you bring that up? What do you know
Yeah,
about
Melvin,
my mother?
Melvin, this isn't the time.
Yeah, I'm literally just standing up, just like,
Hey, guys, let's settle down.
So he
settle
stands
down.
up too, and he's like, "What I know about your mom was she was a good woman who didn't deserve to die."
you don't think I know that? I was there and I watched her die. Killed by people that we trust and loved, working with the Sasquatch.
So you see, he shakes his head. He's like, "They weren't working with us."
Oh, but
And then he stops.
This is it.
So
What? Yeah, I know. That's when I'm literally going up to him, like, this close to him, like, right close. I'm like, what do you know of that day? And I'm literally, like, this hand on his shoulder there. And, like, like just a grip.
Hey, let's settle down. Let's settle
Shut
down.
up.
Okay. If you really want to keep going, keep going. See what you find. Go down the rabbit hole. Go ahead. Do it.
I'm pulling on my wand now and pointing it at Finn. And be like, what do you know? Huh?
oh my god.
What
Is
do
this
I
it,
know?
huh?
What do I
You guys all conspire and make up stories or whatever happened to my mom or what us Greys have come from? Come on, ask a question. Or pretend to know something.
Ask a
Pretend to
question.
keep screwing up your messages and back it up. And then keep defending this man, yet I'm not doing the wrong and he's coming at me. But because I'm a Grey, huh?
Arthur.
Because of my family's name.
Oh shit.
I don't think it
But-
has anything.
Again, you're defending him, yet no one's questioning it. And what he wants to bring up?
Listen,
You're
man.
lucky that I don't do what our us Greys are supposedly known for, Melvin.
So you know what? He grabs your hand. He's like, "Do it, do it." It has lived in my head too long. Kiana stands up and she's like, "Stop." And you see blood trickling down from her cheek, and she's like, he was a sympathizer, but he isn't anymore." And she's like, "And if you don't believe me, I've seen it. And all I ask, Arthur, is with all the trust we built, please believe me." And you can see the blood; it just drips off her jawline.
I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna go clean her up.
But
So you start wiping the blood
yeah,
away.
I'm gonna stand there and just turn away, but I'm like, he can be a sympathizer, but that still does not explain what he knows about that day.
Anybody can read about it, man.
Arthur, was it the Sasquatch?
No one can
that
read
killed your
about
mom?
what actually happened.
Was it the Sasquatch that
Say-
killed your mom? Sorry.
You guys want to talk about no secrets, and we keep wanting to prolong whatever Finn's trying to tell us. how about as reward, after Finn shares whatever we want, and maybe Melvin cools down, and let alone me. I'll explain if you really want to know.
There's a lot of
no lies, nothing. You guys want truth?
That's
I'll
what
give you
we're
truth.
doing. That's
But
what
I
we're
want
doing.
to know what we were asked to all be here for.
When Arthur talks about truth, I want to look at him, then I want to stare at Melvin, and then I want to look back at him, and I'm just like looking at Finn because I'm waiting for him to talk.
Yeah.
So a scavenger hunt.
Truth. Yeah. We're past that now. I don't remember where we were in the story at this
Why
point.
is Lau working with you? What is that door?
Well, that's kind of okay. So basically, we all know who the teacher was before Lau, right? Henry Moore. Yeah, that's his room.
Yeah.
It's his secret room with his artifacts, right? Yeah. Okay, so what you may or may not know is there's a labyrinth underneath the school with all of Henry Moore's artifacts and other artifacts. The door in that room leads to that labyrinth. Now, the thing is that door doesn't open for just anybody. Hence why when I was in that room and Azini and Arthur's father were there, it didn't open for them. It only opened for me. So, and that's why when I came to Lau to return the keys so I wouldn't get in trouble, I told her that. And, she kind of took it upon herself to help me with my situation.
I want to look to Kyon and be like, the gods will rise again.
Yep.
Did it open for
Finn.
Yep. You
Didn't
read
open
about
for
that as
Lau?
well. No, it didn't open for Lau.
Who is your mother?
I don't really know. She's just someone normal. She no match. Nothing special about her.
Wait,
Victoria looks down. She's like, unless there was.
you brought up Izini scraping your neck.
Yeah. She wanted my blood. For some reason.
Transmutation is her specialty.
You read that too, huh?
I had to know after what I thought she did to Kiana.
Makes a lot of sense.
Is this really enough evidence? Maybe she just accidentally scraped the back of your neck when she walks by. Can we really assume that the headmistress is stealing your blood, trying to gather Henry Moore's artifacts?
You know, something I was taught is that just because it sounds crazy doesn't mean it is crazy. Masterminds have their ways, and honestly, in the end, we could be wrong, and if we're wrong, then maybe we've brought attention to something people have skipped on.
So Victoria, she shakes her head at you. She's like, what do you mean bringing attention to? Your dad's included in this. He's part of it. Your dad is also into something shady with his Zini.
But he's not here right now.
But he's the head of Makusa, the organization that's supposed to protect us.
Oh, that's
Well,
a problem
according-
to deal with another time.
According to Melvin,
Let's brush over that.
they weren't protecting everyone.
We don't have to bring that back up now. We're gonna bring
No,
it
I
back
mean
up.
his village or sympathizers.
Oh, his village. Yeah, that's true.
Kiana, she looks at you. She's like, okay. So Izini wants to get through this gate to get the artifacts within Ramor's labyrinth, as you called it.
Yeah.
What are these artifacts that are so special that she's willing to injure and harm and control students?
Well, I don't know.
She's like, then why do you care so much? Why don't you just tell Makusa? Tell Arthos.
Why would I do that when I just told you?
So she's like, we're just kids, Finn.
Yeah. Maybe. But like Arthur said before, Everything changed when we got here.
Oh, damn.
So we might be just kids, but we're important kids.
We're gonna have to start acting like adults too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start acting like adults. You're goddamn right, Patrice. Fuck.
For once, Patrice. So, Victoria's like,
Look,
so what do you propose?
how often do... I forget the name now, god damn it.
What are you thinking of?
Kiana, what are those people called with the eyes? What are they?
Oculants?
Yeah, how often do one of those people come along?
She's like, well, my parents did research into it only every, 600 years.
Yeah, that's pretty rare, isn't it?
Well,
Isn't it also pretty rare that someone's here right now who possibly has gaunt blood? Potentially, most likely. There's a very good chance.
so what you're saying, the stars are aligning and destiny put us all in one spot?
Well, I wouldn't use words like that. But we're all here. We have head of Makusa's son. I forgot her name already. Oculant. An Oculant.
An oracle.
An Oracle, sorry.
No,
An
yeah,
Oracle.
sorry, yeah, oracle.
Yeah, that's what
That
I
was
was
the word you were looking for, yeah.
An Oracle. And a Gaunt.
So,
Among with all of you other special people.
Thank you, Finn.
Melvin nods like, no. It makes sense. In my village, we and he looks out and he's like, we talked about the winds. They speak of something more than just what's beyond our eyes. What's beyond even an oracle's sight. You are right.
I agree. There's a reason we're all here right now together.
And there's a reason we need to do something as well. Because we might be the only group of people that can do something.
Damn. After you say that, wind kind of rattles the window and rain starts to pour down. And with it, you can hear lightning crackling outside. So, Victoria looks at Finn. She says, okay, so with all this info, there's a doorway leading somewhere. Why don't we just go into the labyrinth then and hide the artifacts?
Hide the... I mean, it's not that simple, I don't think. I don't know what's down there.
So what do we have to do then? We have to go through this door and... what? What's your plan?
I'm working on it. I just know some of the things we need when we're down there. And that's what we're supposed to get tomorrow on the scavenger hunt.
Wow.
I don't look at him and be like, let's get all this stuff.
We need to get all this stuff. We need to figure things out. First, gather the things, figure out who's coming, and then we can work on a plan.
Who here would not come?
So Victoria stands up. She's like, I'm sorry, but this is too much.
That's fine.
We're kids. We're students. What matters is getting the competition done. She's like, I can't be part of this.
That's fine. You can get the competition done tomorrow with the scavenger hunt. And some of us will do the competition. The rest might help get the other stuff. It's okay. I understand.
So Melvin looks at you. He's like, so what you're saying? What, half the house does the competition, the other half house finds the material?
Is there any
If
material?
it's people do what they want. I'm not telling people to do anything.
Well, let's plan this out. What materials can we get when we're all on the mission? And then we can delegate people to get the other ones.
Okay, so
Oh,
can I just say some of us need to go to the marsh.
pretty much, yeah. That's a good way to
A
sum it.
lot of the materials we're gonna need are gonna be in the marsh. The rest of them are a lot easier to find. The marsh is a little bit more dangerous. It's a little deeper into the Brightwood.
Okay.
So
That sums it up.
yeah, so Kiana's like, well, if most of the materials are in the marsh, why don't majority of us go to the marsh and the others just do the scavenger hunt? That way it doesn't look suspicious.
That could work too.
So Kiana's like, what do you propose, Finn? If you know the dangers in the marsh, how many do you think you should bring with you? 3 of us? 4 of us?
I still don't understand. Lao, you train with Lao, and she just tells you these things, but doesn't that's it. Doesn't give you any tips on it. Doesn't tell you who to bring. Let alone say why you have to be the one to do it and not her.
She said trust your house, and she doesn't want to get involved because she's a teacher. I don't know. She can't really complete it. She's not a gaunt. She can't complete it.
She has more ability, though, to get any of this stuff done than us.
Yeah.
Us as students have the Pukwudgie eyes on us. Her as faculty can tell the Pukwudgie to go away.
No, don't worry about the Pukwudgie. We'll be fine.
Victoria laughs. She's like, you say that so calmly.
Yeah, they're fine.
Is that why Thorn asked about you?
Oh,
Yeah, I'd say probably.
damn.
Well,
So Melvin looks at you. He's like, so who do you want to bring into the marsh with you tomorrow?
I want you to choose. I can't make that choice for you. I'm not going to tell you to come with me. It's up to you. Who wants to come in the marsh with me and who wants to do the scavenger hunt? Listen, none of you have to come in the marsh with me. That's up to you.
Melvin looks at you. He's like, Lau probably told you about what's in the marsh. But I don't think she demonstrated how dangerous it is. From what I know, the marsh is the most dangerous area within the Brightwood, or not the most, but one of the most. Poisonous creatures. Like, marshes, you gotta walk through water. Water hides dangerous plants and creatures. Is it really safe?
It's obviously not safe. You just told me it's not. It's up to you. Do you not want to go? If you don't want to go, don't go.
Melvin says he's like, every single instinct in my body is saying not to.
Are we willing to give up the house points to all go in the marsh together?
Kiana says no.
Victoria's already said no.
No, Kiana stands with Victoria. She's like, no, we can't give up the house points. Because if we're giving up the house points, it's going to look strange that we're just giving up.
No, that's a good point.
So
that's two.
So she looks at Melvin, and then she looks at Victoria. She's like, how about us three do the house points, and then you three go into the marsh?
I look at the three, like Melvin, Victoria, and Kiana, and just like... No, and then I want to look at the boys.
There's still...
I'm in.
Patrice, you've been in there before. You know.
Yeah, and I know how dangerous it is, not even close to the marsh, but I think we should...
You made it out alive, so that's better than the rest of us.
It's true.
I'll follow you in.
You feel yourself getting a bit sweaty thinking of the Brightwood, because what goes through your head is that creature's face, is the hide behind's face.
Yeah, I'm like confident, but yeah, like fake it, or like sort of covering up a little the hidden fear.
Cool.
Like I'm willing to lead, but like I said, it's gonna be a shaky step.
Do you have any friends that would be willing to go with us? Into the marsh?
Yeah.
Think so? You think you could convince them?
Who do you want? Benedict or Ayana?
Doesn't matter. Whoever you want to bring.
Seems like you three are inseparable, so might as well get them both.
If you think both would be good to bring. You guys have all made it out. You
Let
guys all
al-
know
We had to
about
carry
anyone.
Benedict out, so I'm not too sure about him.
But with Benedict, you might be able to get Briar. And if I remember from our magic zoology classes, she seemed quite knowledgeable about
That is
creatures.
true. She knows a lot.
Ayana grew up in areas like this and is also knowledgeable, but also a fighter.
I agree that they'd be helpful, but I think that would also cause a lot of attention towards us all if
That's a
multiple
good point.
Very
students
good point.
go.
Melvin's
Then-
like, I agree. You are asking to bring more people into this dangerous marsh. Do you know what you're asking of them? So he looks at you, he's like, I agree with you, Patrice. If you're willing to kill yourselves in this deadly marsh, fine, but don't drag others into it.
Alright, Melvin. That's fine.
I want to nod and be like, you're right. The amount of danger that
Listen.
we got into just by stepping outside barely was a lot. But I think you two are much stronger than they are, so our odds are much greater.
Damn.
You know what? It's okay.
So Victoria says, "Is this the plan then? You three go into the marsh."
I haven't agreed to anything.
I want to look at him and look at Finn and look at Arthur again and be like,
If there's any questions you have, Arthur, you can ask me.
What was Patrice gonna say?
"Oh, I was gonna look at Arthur and be like, I'm not letting Finn go in by himself."
I love it.
So
I love it.
Fucking respect that. Damn, I'm just gonna even like.
What is Arthur thinking? What is he thinking?
You know, one of the more crazier thing that pops in my head for this is, yeah, clearly I'm a Grey, and clearly my father is the head of Makusa. And with everything going on and all these accusations and everything that's been brought up, why trust bringing that up to me?
It's part of the house.
Part of the house.
And why would I keep it from someone that's part of the house?
Then going off of that leads me into what I suspected him to say.
Oh.
Our first night here, I said, I don't care about being the family or the house. Families aren't always on the same page, as we aren't here. But we still need to stick together and have each other's back.
Nice. Nice.
So because of that, I'm in.
Damn.
But Kiana, Victoria, and Melvin, you guys can't be the only ones out. We need you with this as you need us. I understand you don't feel safe with it, but we are a house no matter what. We want to talk about competition. If we fail, that competition means nothing if you win.
That's a good point.
We don't, not bringing other people in though makes it just our house. But as we've learned with Patrice's activities, bringing other houses also helps with the casualty of if we were to be caught.
I have an idea that we could...
It's not as, let's say, directed at the Thunderbird house. Meaning that if we have these connections and knowledge, and then also easy, oh, they're here too, or we were going, or, you know, house competition,
Right.
then that can help out. Let alone with the 3 people who have been getting points taken away, being Patrice, Ayana, and Benedict, being also caught out with bringing others in. It might not look like any more than we were doing the scavenger hunt, and then we all got talking about what happened that day, and then we ended up here. And we got lost in the marsh in that event.
Okay, so to sum that up, you're trying to persuade them into being okay with letting him bring...
Yeah, I'm trying to persuade them into, like, being okay with it, but also being more open mind to it all, and that at day 1, we were asked to be a house,
Yeah.
and I was the one that said no and held that together.
Oh, okay, I see
And
what
we
you're saying.
finally came together, and now we're dividing again.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good.
What does Patrice want to add to that?
I think that I want to look at Melvin. We could use the Chonotila to help us if we need Ayana or Benedict. I don't think they should come with us, though, initially.
I do...
So this is a cool moment. It's an opposing debate. So you want to persuade them to just be open-minded and say, yeah, let's bring them.
But I was going to add in, I'm just like, but one point I want to add in, since our newfound knowledge of Melvin being able to see the Chonotila, is that with them being a messenger of danger, where we're going is still in the forest. Meaning that with you separated from Melvin, lets Melvin be aware that if we are in danger, I'm sure the Chonotila will say something that Melvin might be able to pick up.
And get help?
Or come and help his house. And be that leader that I always stopped you from trying to be. You took out Aeon in the dueling, and I know you have a lot more capability. Clearly, I get you riled up. But one thing I'm bound to see and know for sure is that I can at least rely on you.
Okay. So you're essentially persuading him to say, like...
Be open-minded and be, like,
Okay.
bored with the plan, but still do their competition.
Okay. Do you not want them to come, David?
I do not want them to come.
Okay.
Do not want who?
I need you to do both of you do a persuasion roll.
Wait. What is? I don't understand what's happening.
I don't know. Just
He just
Benedict.
wants it to be a
You
house.
don't want Benedict.
I don't know. I don't want them to be there.
Why do you need to persuade? They already said no.
No, but they're saying no, but he's saying
Yeah,
you
but
guys
I'm
need to be
persuading them to
open-minded.
be open-minded to him. But then again,
If
if
he
he's
doesn't want
saying
them
no,
to come,
then he can't. Then
Yeah,
no
they're-
one can.
But Melvin could run and grab them and be like, listen, like, David's in trouble. Go help him.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, got you.
So persuasion.
Persuasion. And then add your roll, whoever gets higher wins.
Okay.
Wait, but would Melvin know because of Acromantula? That'd be.
Now, Melvin would know, but then Melvin would be like, holy shit, do I go alone? Or do I go grab Briar and them? So you're saying,
Yeah.
don't grab
I'm saying that they have
Oh
knowledge.
no, I
So
would want them
yes.
to do that though. Like if we're in danger, I'd want them to come. But it's like
Yeah.
I don't want to set
So
off
it's
on the
just
journey
that-
with
Okay,
them.
so then just roll.
19 plus 4.
Melvin says, okay, I'll keep an open mind. With that, Victoria, Kiana stand up. They're like, well, I think we need to sleep on this. Tomorrow we have breakfast. We will go... The scavenger hunt should probably start after breakfast, I'd assume. So after that, we and Melvin, Victoria and I will start the scavenger hunt. Then you three will move into the Brightwood. Yeah.
Yeah, can we like talk before we go into the Brightwood like tonight, or is this
I say we do that in the morning.
in the
Do
morning?
in the morning. Good.
I do have one thing to add, though, before we go to bed, apart from any of this. And after I say it, I'm not here to discuss it or anything like that.
Okay.
You guys wanted honesty, and I also said I would tell you. I'm going to undo, like, my first button of my shirt and then pull out my locket. I'm going to then put it down on the middle table and just open it up, which is then going to reveal it being my mother's locket, but with a photo of her in
Like
it.
a hologram photo?
Not a
Or just-
hologram,
No,
no.
but like,
Photo.
yeah,
Like,
like-
it's like a live photo.
Oh,
Yeah.
but just on the thing. Okay.
You
It's a-
see
it's
like
a
a,
bit-
tear
yeah.
rolling down Melvin's cheek. He's like, close it. And he
Yeah.
looks away. He's like, close it.
It's a bit charred up, but I'm going to be like, no. This thing's haunted me, and so is this story. You guys want to know the truth? That's fine. But I'm not here to answer questions. And don't you dare give me sympathy or anything like that.
Melvin starts backing away from the table. He's like, close the locket.
I'm okay. I'll close it and everything. I'm like, I don't need to have that open to remember her face, but
You just see tears
Yeah.
going down his cheek.
I'm like, on one day, I went to a forest with a family that I grew up with, whose name were the Brights. We went there, Nathan and I, who was my age. We went there, went to play with my mother and then Nathan's older sister, who was Arthos's age. Nathan and I ran off into the forest earlier, only for Nathan to then see a younger Sasquatch. He then proceeded to pick up a rock and start throwing it at the creature, just to get it away from where we were, everything like that. As he did that, out behind us came a way bigger Sasquatch. Now, after that, the Sasquatch grabbed Nathan's arm, picked him up, and then threw him to the side, which ended up hurting Nathan's leg. He started screaming. My mother came running, trying to help. She was able to push that Sasquatch back, but only for another Sasquatch to come up behind her. And in that time, all I knew is that we were set up by the Brights. because my father's been dealing with the magical laws with the Sasquatches, and they were trying to take his bloodline out. And Ava Bright, I want to like just kind of like grasp that table and hold the lock in. I'm like, she killed my mother. But the Sasquatch get away, took her brother, and left. I was left there with my mother.
Deceased.
No shit. What the fuck, man? She killed my mother. Deceased?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
She's dead.
I want to be like, the one thing though that you guys don't need to worry about, the Brights are no more, as Arthos and my father took care of the traitors. As when they went to go and arrest them, they were attacked by them, and had no other option. I love the Brights as family, so there's a reason why wasn't the biggest on having family, let alone close people in my life again.
How are the Brights related to the Sasquatch, though? Are they just advocates? And who was it who actually plotted to kill your mother?
I was way younger at that time. My father did the investigation, all that. I don't know. And even if I do, the only thing I can remember of that night.
But Melvin steps in. He's like, no one. They weren't working with the Sasquatch. They weren't.
Why would they do that to Arthur's family then?
Look, I'm not here, and I said we're not discussing this. But that's the story.
I'm just... I don't need to insight that much
I'm going,
on Melvin, do I?
I'm going to...
Shutting up.
Yeah, I'm still going... I'm going to leave that locket down on that table. Gonna walk up. I guess I'll take my bloody handkerchief and everything that I use for counting. I won't say anything to anyone. Just go to my room. Or my bed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed as well. Just sort of taking in. So it was a big dinner and meeting. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Who's still there?
And the meeting?
Yeah.
Victoria and Kiana are leaving. They need to go to bed.
So.
Melvin, you, and just the boys.
But they just went to bed.
Yeah, Melvin's hopping in bed right now.
Oh, fuck that dude. We need a word.
So Melvin's just sitting on his bed.
I'm just gonna give him a look like...
So he groans, he walks over, and he's like, what is it, Finn? And you just see he's eyeing the locket the whole way there.
I'm just gonna take the locket off the table. Just say... Are you guys still awake?
Yeah,
I believe that how the rooms are. We're like almost like so.
You're like 20 feet away.
Yeah.
It's like a circle.
Yeah, I'm looking at Melvin.
Okay.
I'll see them then.
Are you sitting on the bed or laying? It is important. Because one can presume you're sleeping if you're laying down.
I'm gonna straight up say I'm laying down. I went right to bed after that.
Okay.
I would say I'm changing, organizing my room probably.
Okay.
So not.
So no one's really like in earshot.
No, 20 feet away. No. What's your passive perception?
Mine?
Yeah. Same with you.
I'm 12.
I'm trying to sleep.
You're sleeping?
I guess I wouldn't have fallen asleep that quick. My past perception is 13. So.
Okay. Yeah. So he sits down beside you. He's like, well, "Yeah, what?"
I know. Just tell him I know. That's it.
You just see his eyes water and tears stream down his cheeks, and he just he goes to hug you, and he's just weeping in your arms.
It's not your fault.
No! Don't say that line! So he starts to cry harder, and Patrice, you can see just
I noticed
Melvin breaking down in his arms.
I'm gonna go walk up and sit down. Are they see you guys sitting down, or is it like...
They're sitting down, yeah.
I'm gonna sit down beside me, like, Melvin, what's wrong? Why are you like this right now?
So Melvin...
Does this crying, by the way, wake me up?
No, it's not like loud hysterical crying.
I just imagine if he saw, and he's 12 and I have 13, I imagine I would have.
No, but he's walking around. You said
Oh,
he
he's
was-
walking
yeah,
around.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought he was just at his bed.
So Melvin just like, he's just like, it's my fault. It's my fault. And you can see Finn's holding the locket in his hand.
This is bad.
What did you do? How were you? Did you know?
No,
Arthur?
That's okay.
Were you there?
It's okay. So let's just go to bed. We'll worry about it tomorrow.
Arthur or Finn? Melvin's not gonna do well if he's broken down like this. He needs to get whatever's on his chest off.
Yeah, let's go wash up. Let's go brush our teeth, get ready for bed. Let's go.
The bathroom?
Yeah. If Hiram's fucking there, I swear to God, we're stopping this recording. I'm going home. I live here. Fuck.
You guys head to the bathroom.
I swear to fucking God, yo. I'm not even there, and I swear if I hear it.
You guys head to the bathroom, and when you get in there, Melvin starts splashing water on his face. And he looks around at the stalls. Are you still holding the locket?
No, I put it back on the table.
I
just picked it up to show him.
When Melvin's doing this, I'm like, what's happening? Like, do you know about what's happening with him?
I think that's for him to share.
So he looks at you guys like, it's not for me to share, but to show. And he closes the bathroom door. And as he does it, you can see his hand is expanding. It's getting muscular, bigger. His hair on his arms begins to turn into a dark chestnut brown. He grows a good 2 feet in height. And you see in this moment, as he turns around, his clothes start to rip slowly from his body. And when he looks back at you, he is a Sasquatch.
Oh my goodness. You can shapeshift. How?
So he's like, all Sasquatch can. If a Sasquatch spends enough time with a creature, it can shapeshift into it. There was a young boy I met who was abandoned by his family for being magical. They didn't know what to do. So they left him, and I found him, and we became friends. Unfortunately, the winter was deadly, and hypothermia kicked in. As he died, he asked me, his one last wish was that he could have went to Ilvermorny. So I took it upon myself to fulfill that for him. And that is why, and he begins to shapeshift back down into his ripped clothes, back into Melvin. He's like, that's why I'm this boy. I'm Melvin, the boy with broken dreams. But I'm also Cohen, a young Sasquatch that got Arthur Gray's mother killed. So he's like, his story, I was the Sasquatch that day that the bright boy threw the rock at. We were going there, though, to see Arthur Gray's mother.
For what reasons?
She offered places for refuge, as well as she monitored hunting trails.
Did you know this was going to happen? That
I didn't know I would run into Arthur at school. Nor did I know the bright boy would attack me, or that his father would kill them all.
okay, that's I was wondering if you knew.
No, but Arturus, his father, made sure that he got revenge. He hunted my parents down and killed them. And he let me live because he said, I want you to live without a family as my son has to now.
Whoa.
That's tough.
Yeah. So Melvin looks at you, he's like, and I know because I'm a Sasquatch, I know what that means. And if you guys need to tell Izini, I understand.
Azini, did you not listen to me earlier? Did you?
But if they find out you guys are sympathizing with a Sasquatch, it's not Izini I fear, it's Arturus. His
No.
father, Arthur's father, doesn't put behind him to kill children.
Hey, I'm already on his hit list. It's okay.
I'm still just in shock of that. It's him. Wow.
Look, we put secrets on the table tonight.
Are you
Or
going to tell
keep
Arthur?
yours.
So he's like, I can't tell Arthur. And you guys can't either.
I promise I won't.
He says, thank you, Patrice.
But you have to promise that you'll still put our house first. If I'm gonna... So, tomorrow when you go out there, do Thunderbird Pride.
Damn.
And if I ask you for help, I'm gonna need it.
Melvin steps forward. I will do everything I can to protect my family.
Quick time, I'm gonna ask him. What's going on with Evelyn?
Evelyn wants me to relay the dueling club's plans as well as the Quidditch club's plans to her. Actually, so he groans like she wants me to relay all our club plans to her so she knows what to expect from us so her house can win in the next competition.
Okay. Makes
Okay.
sense.
We'll send fake ones over.
Yeah, just send some fake ones. It's no big deal.
But she's like, he's like, I understand that, but then I lose my relationship with her.
No, you won't. Just say they changed it.
So he laughs. He's like, you deviant.
I'd imagine you haven't told her you're a Sasquatch yet.
No. God,
Then
no.
you know how to lie to her. Pretty easy.
So he nods. I don't know if I'm proud of that, though.
Hey, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's a way to keep us both on top.
So Melvin's like, well, I think I'm exhausted after that. Is it okay if we all go to bed?
Yes, Owen.
I'm just... Go
I
ahead.
just want to ask, like, do you know, like, are you popular in the Sasquatch community? Like, do they know you're here?
The ones that do are probably dead, but as far as I knew, no one knows I'm here. There's only one other Sasquatch here that knows.
The one that escaped?
The one that escaped.
So why didn't you stand up for him in our magical creatures class? Ayana and I.
It's like, it's hard. I don't know how to. Ember is next door tourist renowned for hunting and torturing Sasquatches. She's like the boogeyman of Sasquatches.
So you know that Sasquatch?
So he looks down, he's like, I do. I mean, I know of him. I don't know him personally, but I know of him.
Do I have to insight on this?
I mean, if you want.
Yeah, let's see. How does he know? Oh, I only got a 2. That's
Plus
10.
your 8 is 10. No.
Wow.
Finally, you fail an insight.
Advantage.
You piece of shit.
4. God damn it. That was a waste.
You needed a
waste.
12, though.
You do have
Oh,
another.
this is 12? I needed a 12? That's on the dot.
So, he's telling the truth. He knows of him. He doesn't know him personally. However, Melvin's clearly almost like confident and feels comfortable knowing about his presence. You know what I mean? So, just speaking the name, you can see it almost breathes confidence into
That
his
he
body.
knows there's one there,
Yeah.
but he doesn't know him. Okay, so he doesn't know much. Alright, got it. But you couldn't find him. Do you guess?
I could find him. But you want me to find him tomorrow during the scavenger hunt? This is big. I didn't expect this.
Could you?
I could. But what I know of him, I know he was famous amongst the Sasquatch as being a deadly warrior who led the Sasquatch. I know he was also great at infiltrating human communities and rummaging through their ancient ruins. But I don't know anything more than that.
I want to ask him, do you want to go in place of me with them into the marsh and get the other Sasquatch?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
What do I provide you that Melvin can't?
We're not gonna go looking for a Sasquatch with Arthur.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
With the Sasquatch that killed his mom. I don't know if that's a good idea.
That's not
It's
a good idea.
A little bit PTSD in one.
But I don't know if Kiana and
Okay. Maybe another
They can
time
be
we
by
go look for him.
themselves.
But
No, Melvin's like,
he was famous?
He was famous. If you want me to look for him tomorrow, I will do that. You told me that you might need me, and if this is one of those moments, I can do it.
If there's a time where you can, go ahead.
Okay.
But, so you know of him. You know he's famous.
Yes.
Does he have a name?
in the Sasquatch, they never. No, I don't know his name formally, but I know like he has like a legend behind him, and that name in itself is what most Sasquatch call him.
Bigfoot?
So he looks at you, he's like, yeah.
Oh wow.
So
Jesus.
funny enough, the thing with him is that his feet were naturally larger than most Sasquatches. But yeah, most people called him Bigfoot. So he looks at you, he's like, well, do you know a lot about Sasquatch legends? In freaking Nomad community, they talk about Bigfoot.
Yeah. Yeah, we heard about Bigfoot, but that's him?
So he nods, like, yeah.
It's not natural for them to have big feet. Okay.
I mean, we had large feet, but he has large feet. That's why they say he's able to jump so high and scale such walls so easily.
What was your Sasquatch name again, Melvin?
Cohen.
Cohen.
I mean, okay. So you know of the Sasquatch that was here, okay? Well, that's cool. Were you the one that released him? I'm just kidding. I know who did it.
So he's like, he looks, he's like, who did it?
Who did it?
Don't worry about it.
Come on, there's no secrets here. You can't.
Yeah,
throw
there's
me
no
that.
secrets here.
I actually forgot who did it. Wait, it's Kiana. It's definitely Kiana. There's Kiana.
So
when
look,
she was
he's like, who told
bewitched.
you that?
I forget who told me it. God damn it.
Seems like
Sushina, that's right. Sushina did.
Seems like Kiana's getting accused of a lot of stuff here.
It's not that she did the things, but it wasn't her fault.
She was bewitched, as Arthur said.
It's true.
Someone's
wonder-
bewitching her.
Wonder if that's what she did to rat out.
Oh, she was definitely
I just
she
put
was
the
telling the
pieces together
truth. She didn't know. She didn't know
Yeah.
that she told on you.
There,
Right? I knew that, right? Everybody knew.
Yeah, you did,
Okay,
yeah.
we knew that. She was being truthful. Yeah, she didn't mean to tell on you. She was being controlled.
You guys hear a knock at the bathroom door. Opening up the door, a Puckwudgie pokes his head and he's like, students, it's past curfew. And he looks at all three of you just kind of standing there in a circle. Melvin's clothes are all ripped up. He's like, I don't need to know what you're doing in here, but you need to go to bed.
Like, okay.
Okay, sir. Sorry.
I head off to bed.
You have a nice night.
Yeah. So you guys make your way up to the room.
Actually, like as we're leaving, I want to say to Melvin, I'm like, the time's gonna come. You're gonna have to tell him. That's it.
Melvin's like, I don't know if I have the strength to.
You do. That was okay. And then we go to bed. That's fine.
Alright, we're going to take a 10-minute break. Alright, guys. We are back.
Mm-hmm.
Next morning, Thursday morning. That rainy thunder sky cleared up to a beautiful blue morning sky. And it is Thanksgiving for the young Ilvermorny students. You guys begin to rise with the shining sun. And as you get up, you kind of feel tired, as you guys did stay up a bit late, discussing. But there's no exhaustion or anything. You're just a bit tired. And as you start to rise, you can see there's uneasiness in the air. Just the air feels uneasy. Victoria and Kiana come out of the room dressed. They look around, they're like, alright boys, you gonna get dressed and get some breakfast? Or do we need to talk more?
No. Do you guys know what's going to be on the scavenger hunt today? Have you guys looked into that at all?
We haven't, but didn't you know, Finn? Victoria says.
I don't remember what it was, but I do have them. I have them down. I just don't know which was part of the scavenger hunt and which was part of the my own
okay.
hunt. Was it okay? There's a portrait in the school.
Yeah.
You need to get his doxy wings. Is that scavenger hunt or us?
Scavenger hunt?
Okay. Medella, is that us or scavenger hunt?
Scavenger hunt.
Okay. Well, that's it. That's the three things.
So,
You're welcome.
Victoria looks at you and says, oh, what portrait? There's like 1,000. Did anybody tell you anything about that?
Wasn't it the one in the hall where like people don't go?
people don't go. She's like, I wonder if it's on the second floor or eastern wing. There's a hallway that's like an immediate dead end, but there's 6 pictures. And apparently you have to hop through the pictures to navigate through the hallway. There's a few classes in there when you're in your upper years, but maybe it's down there.
Assume so. I think that was the one. I think that was it.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll figure it out when they explain the rules.
Give you a head start. Give me a break.
Kiana, so she looks at you guys. She's like, do you guys want me to search for it?
That's your call.
You used your eyes pretty hard last night. I don't know if we should just abuse it.
That's a good point. I do feel my eyes feel strained right now.
I want to say I'm just like, this is not me bossing you guys around, but Victoria and Melvin, you need to make sure you're keeping eyes on it.
Keeping eyes on her eyes.
Shit. Okay. So Melvin nods. Victoria's like, of course. So we always stick together.
So I want to look at Finn then. Finn, what are we doing in this marsh? Arthur, where we go? What do we have to...
Okay, so from what I've been told, the marsh is an hour into the Brightwood.
Correct.
Which is a bit more dangerous than where they're going.
Correct.
They're only going 30 minutes in. We're going to go in 30 minutes with them. We're going to stay with them there, and then we're going to be like, hey, we're going to go off to try to find these things. And we're going to go off a little further. Now, the things we need are, I don't know which is which. Wormwood.
Yeah.
Bobo tumor.
Hobo tuber, yeah.
Okay.
Tuber.
Bobo tuber. Dragon liver from a dragon toad. Not a real dragon.
So Victoria Lashley, good to know.
Yeah, but you don't need to know that. 'Cause you don't come- Sorry.
what was the first one? Woodwood?
Wormwood.
Wormwood. Bobo tuner.
Bobo tuber.
Bobo tuber. Got it.
Bobo tubar, or however the hell you want to
Okay.
say it. There's probably Harry Potter fans listening going, these fucking plebeians.
Dittany.
Absolutely not.
Is Dittany? Is Dittany?
Dittany?
That's how you pronounce it?
Yeah, as far as I know, again, Harry Potter fans, fuck you.
Okay, that's not okay. Modella isn't us. Doxy Wings isn't us. Portrait isn't us. Willowwood.
Yes.
Willowwood
Bark.
is us. That was it that it says. And then it says creatures that we could encounter are Doxy, Mantula, Vampire Wasp, Spitting Snakes,
And
Now.
possibly deer women.
and Deer Women, but those are good.
I want to ask.
That's a good sign.
I want to ask Victoria. You know anything about these creatures and something we can maybe prep before
What was it?
going in
Something
just
snakes?
prepared?
Spitting snakes?
Spitting Snakes.
And
She looks at you, she's like, I have probably read about them. I think I'm just really tired and anxious, and I cannot think of a single thing on
well,
them.
I want to roll, I guess, because we've had a few months of classes.
Which ones do you want to roll about, though? The herbs or the creatures?
The creatures.
Okay,
That's
so
what
do a
I'm
creature
gonna-
roll?
Some magical creatures. 17 plus 3.
Which one do you want to learn about?
We already know about Doxy.
A little bit. Vampire Wasp, Spitting Snake, or Acromantula.
Am I only learning about one? Do I have to? I'd have to essentially roll for each one if I was to. Okay, I guess I'll do. Spitting Snake, because that sounds like a lot of range, at least.
Yeah, so,
Good call.
cleaning up, spitting snake are small serpents no bigger than a adult's arm, a full-grown adult's arm. They can range from anywhere from a good 2 feet as a baby to 4 feet as an adult. The reason why they're called spitting snakes is because they actually have these 3 little pustule tubes in their back of their throat that can arc out and spray acidic spit. This acidic spit does not stun the target. It incinerates through skin. It cord skin. Course?
Eats the skin pretty
Yeah,
much.
it eats through flesh. So very deadly. So yeah.
So yeah, I'll be like, oh, from what I know, is what I know about the spitting snakes. So we need to make sure we're very careful. And with that being said, Maybe put a layer or two underneath what we're gonna wear, guys.
Is there any other ways to stop them?
The snakes?
Yeah. I assume she
Like
would
stop
know.
the spraying?
And just put them down.
So
Stop them. You know what I'm saying.
Any
Ward
spell that would-
them off or anything like that, maybe.
So,
So they're heavily, you would, from your knowledge,
Yeah.
they're heavily territorial. When you enter their territory, there's no warding them off. You have
Yeah.
to kill them. Any spell, be it blunt, force, fire,
yeah.
would work.
Okay.
They can breathe underwater though, so don't try to drown them.
I'm gonna drown.
Spinning snakes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very deadly, and they're also known more as a sea serpent. That's why they like to live in marshes.
Do you know anything else about the rest of them or no?
So Victoria will roll for.
Should I roll again?
Sure, if you roll the 2 again, roll the 1, roll the 15 for the deer women.
Okay. I
So
guess.
you can roll for
18 plus 3.
Was this persuasion?
Magical creatures. That's what we're looking for, right?
Yeah, I was gonna
Oh.
say. I wanted to roll. as
It's
well
like you're just
for insight
combining
on
her-
magical creatures.
okay. Roll as well, David.
I don't even know what the fuck's going on.
18 plus. I think I
Shit.
have 8 magical creatures too.
You
Okay,
have
roll
how
about
much?
spinning. So
8.
vampire
You have
wasps.
8?
Yeah, I have 8
Holy
magical creatures.
fuck.
So you're gonna learn about vampire wasps. I'm gonna tell you about the Acromantula. Actually, I'm gonna tell you about the dragon toads.
What? Oh, true.
Okay, so for starting with Arthur looks more into his textbooks, researches quickly before breakfast, more on the on vampire wasps. These wasps are maybe the size of an adult hand. Essentially what they do is they sting you with these massive stingers, and they can draw out blood, about a vial of blood per second. They are very deadly. It is said that they can drain an adult human within a minute. When they drink blood, they become bigger. They can convert this blood into a citrus-like honey that they use to build colonies. Their colonies are usually underground and very difficult to find.
How's like it's just sucking away, it just grows like.
It just doesn't
Doesn't say anything about like weakness or what to do when if encounter.
Also territorial. However, they're just aggressive creatures. The minute they see you, they want the blood. They will go for the kill. Anything goes. It says preferably though, you need to watch out for force damage. It won't do much. Because they're very nimble creatures, they can easily buzz around you. So force damage is probably the
So fire.
fire, acid,
Bludgeoning.
bludgeoning. Just don't force damage because they have very sturdy bodies. It'll just push them back.
Yeah.
It'll still do damage, but it's not. It's
What is
fast.
Devicto? Is that force
That's
damage? or
force
is that
damage,
Force
yeah.
damage.
Good job.
For you, the dragon toad.
But you haven't sent it.
You, back in Canada, you remember hearing legends of these rare toads. These things,
Bless you.
Thanks. Yes.
very rare, about 6 feet tall, massive metallic scales that actually can flick together like flint and steel, causing sparks. Which is important as the inside of this thing's mouth produces a slimy saliva that is actually very similar to oil. And it can use it can coat its tongue in it, and it can lick or punch surfaces and then ignite them with its scales by sparking it. So essentially it breathes fire by creating oil and then sparking the oil. This thing's tongue packs a punch. It says it feels like 100 kilograms being slammed against you. Very deadly if you're hit by it. It's very heavily fortified with its armor. However, its underbelly is its least armored part. It can jump 20 to 30 feet in the air. And it's a very fast swimmer, and it's a very deadly combatant.
How many of these fucking livers do we need?
Just one.
for one potion?
For one liver. All you need is like an inch of the liver to produce one potion.
Okay,
so
so
one
we'll have
liver will
enough.
produce like 10 potions.
So we just need it.
It kills 10 dragon toads.
Okay.
I'm fucking dying.
I was
Someone
like,
help us.
okay. We're
Melvin
good.
comes
Okay.
running.
Just one liver. Got it.
Is that all? That's all, everyone?
Can it be reasons with? Be like, hey, can we just take your liver? You can live with that one.
Can be reasoned with, but you can't bait it.
Made it. Okay.
So what from David knows, the reason why they're rare is because they were almost hunted to extinction. Obviously, because of their livers being an easy way to get a dragon liver. You would know based on bait a really good way to bait them.
Smirk. Fuck you. Go ahead. Continue.
It's an easy and great way to bait them. Pumpkin juice. Get a liter of pumpkin juice. For some reason, they just love pumpkins. So oftentimes, during October, during festivals of Halloween, dragon toads were coming into villages
You
eating
could bring,
children.
like, a barrel of it with your spell.
That's true. Is he sharing this knowledge with all of us?
I fucking hope so.
Okay. I just thought about something. If we can get something in that, like maybe even mix my confusion potion with that, if he goes and drinks that, confused, but not only that, while he's drinking it, if I hit that barrel and it explodes as well.
What would the explosion do?
Territorial predators are going to come to whatever's happening in their area. We could root out the wasps and the snakes
Holy shit.
at
You
the
want
dragon
to face them
toad.
all at one?
No,
We're not
face each
we're not
other.
facing any
Three
of them.
birds with one stone.
Is he saying this in the game?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
just
This is
said.
Arthur? Hey man, that's a pretty good plan. Where can we find the pumpkin juice? Let's get it. A breakfast time?
Yes. You go and do that. I have one more thing I want to read about and see if I can find the book.
Wait, who's telling us about the deer woman? I heard you say someone was telling us about the deer woman.
Did Victoria roll?
Victoria rolled for that, yeah.
She succeeded.
Yeah, so she actually succeeded on one. So Victoria's like, deer women are very kind, intelligent, and also deadly creatures. The thing about them is they can hunt anywhere, however, they kill immoral beings.
Oh my.
But that being said, immoral beings being specifically someone who harms children. But like as an adult.
Side note. I just want to say that I just saw something. Oil is flammable. The toads produce oil. With everything going around them. Us three casting Incendio.
I don't know Incendio.
Oh, okay. Us casting Incendio, though, regardless. We're getting 3 birds in one stone, but can also all trap them in together with what oil is being spilt by this toad.
We don't really need the wasps or the snake. We just need to kill them. Yeah, that's a good point, though. Either way, we need them out of the way. So, that's a good point. Either way, continue with, deer women are gods?
Yeah, they're very kind, intelligent, and deadly hunters. Dangerous though if you beat children, they will hunt you down. They're also known for seeing Acromantula. They also like to work with the Sasquatch. On top of it, they're also protectors of the Brightwood.
Okay. One last thing. So we don't know anything about the Acromantula or anything?
No one rolled for that.
Yeah, I'm not
Can
going
I?
to again. I feel like that's
Sure.
too much.
Why not?
Yeah.
I don't
Roll
know
for it, and then you guys have to go to breakfast because you're spending a lot
I
of
don't
time.
know shit about
Yeah.
magical creatures, though.
What's your roll? What's your number?
8 plus a...
I
2?
should have rolled. Fuck. I had an 8.
plus a 4.
Oh, you got it.
Nice.
12.
Nice.
I
So,
didn't realize my wisdom was so good.
Acromantula, depending on the age, can be anywhere from a good 2 feet tall to a good 8 feet tall. Dangerous arachnids, they can also spray poison. The ones that have been noted in the Brightwood, funny enough, like to hang out around marshes. If you start seeing webbing, head the other way. The webbing is extremely difficult to escape from. It can hold a small child like nothing.
I just thought something even better. Sorry.
Fire definitely lights that shit up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then, the only thing we have to worry about is the toad and the spider. Because we don't need to go into the marsh if we put this barrel of pumpkin juice right near the marsh. Bait it out of the marsh. Therefore, we don't need to worry about the wasps.
They're going to bait it out, though, with the pumpkin juice. It doesn't have super smell or anything.
How
It
else
would need to be
know?
within 50 feet or 60 feet of it.
But like, it doesn't. If it's territorial, it wouldn't fuck with like the other animals there.
Yeah, it would.
Force damage. Could
But
maybe.
The dragon toad's like an apex predator of the marsh. So
Okay,
nothing's gonna
so-
fuck with it.
Yeah, whatever.
But if there's like... But like, if it's out in the open and it's vulnerable, then with like the pumpkin juice idea, and there's 8 spitting snakes, you're damn right they're gonna go fucking try to kill it.
We'll see.
Cool.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Very quick, just because I want to see. I want to see if I could read anything while I have the textbook about Pukwudgie quills.
Okay, last thing.
Yeah, or if anything like Thorn's kind of quill.
Let's be in the herbology book.
That's in herbology.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be in the magical.
It wouldn't even be in potions.
Oh.
It might be in potions, yeah. Well, I guess they're linked, so yeah.
Yeah, 17 plus 3.
Yeah, so what did you want to know about them? Like specifically what they do or what they can do?
Yeah, what's it mean to have one and what they can do? Or, yeah.
When a Pukwudgie gives you a quill, it's good fortune. It usually means friendship, bond, alliance. Moreover, what they do, they're a special ingredient in a specific recipe that essentially improves, sounds weird, but skin condition.
Where's my pencil?
So it just makes you have nicer skin.
Okay.
Makes your hair also grow more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
That's all. Okay, we can go to breakfast now.
Why is that important?
They just wanted to know.
As
Why do we have that quill then?
because Thorn gave it to me, then I
But
gave
if
it to
that's an
you.
important thing, why do that doesn't sound.
I don't know. I'm genuinely curious.
Oh, to look like a Sasquatch? Is that what you want?
What?
Grow
What are
your
you
hair?
on about?
Grow your
Alright,
hair?
you fucking
Skin?
taking to breakfast?
Yeah, let's go to breakfast.
Snitch?
Right, I'm right. Fuck you.
You're not a fucking regular shit. None of you fuckers are.
Okay, let's go to breakfast.
You guys are out at breakfast. And as you're sitting down munching, you notice that there's only 3 professors. There's Krogast, Lau, and Ember. They stand up, and Ember puts her wand in her throat. She's like, "Attention, everyone. For all the students, happy Thanksgiving. Later on, we'll be having a great feast in which I know everyone will enjoy, but until then, first," and you see her smile. Lau, Dufour, and myself have decided to combine our 3 classes to make it easier for you students. Nice little holiday. We're going to do something fun. We're going to do a scavenger hunt. And you see all the students are looking at each other, whispering, gasping. A lot of them are excited. She's like, the scavenger hunt is going to start with students. Your ones are allowed to go into the Brightwood. You're going to find a Mediola herb. And on top of that, you're going to have to bring me back doxy wings. And then when you come back to the school and return those to me, you need to go find a portrait within the school of a famous wizard who managed to domesticate a Wampus cat. Now, where this portrait is, you'll have to figure out. But this essentially is going to rely on all the students to use their herbology skills, magical creatures, and history of magic. So students, after breakfast at 8 o'clock, the scavenger hunt begins. And then she sits back down and begins eating, talking to Lau and the others.
I won't, like, are we allowed to get up and just go anywhere? I want to go up and see if I could, before the time, find Arthos.
Yeah, what time is it right now currently? Like 7:30?
It's like 7:05, 7:10.
Okay.
We'll go find Arthos.
Yeah.
Around the school.
Yeah, or see if I can find before the time, and if it gets close, I'll just go back to where we have to meet.
I'm gonna go talk to Anna and Benedict.
Okay. I need you to do a survival roll for me.
Oh, survival rule?
Yeah, because again, he's a security guard. He's not going to be in one spot all the time.
Okay.
To track him down.
Not investigation? Oh, I guess, yeah.
No, wait. Survival's tracking, false. Let's say you can't really follow footsteps on
Is
stone
investigation?
floor. No, actually, it depends how are you doing this? Are you just going to wander around the school?
Well, I mean, I imagine there's puckwudgies. I imagine they're going to know where he
Okay,
is
so I
or
specifically
where
have to know that, though. So, yeah, so you want to go ask a puckwudgie then?
Yeah, I'm going to be like, have you seen Arthos anywhere?
Okay, and then you...
That's the only way I'd find out, unless I wander around.
Well, that's what
right?
I wasn't sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, so you're going to ask puckwudgie.
I'm just gonna go chat with Benedict and Anna.
Okay,
Or,
and what do you
specifically
want to do?
Anna.
It's just me, Kiana,
And
Victoria.
Melvin and Victoria.
Okay.
Okay, what do you want? You're just going to talk to them?
Yeah, I'll wait till these
Okay,
guys are done.
so you don't have to
and
roll
I'll have
anything.
my
You have to go
conversation.
puckwudgie and ask for Arthos. The puckwudgie responds very militaristically like. He's like, oh, Arthos has left post today to be with his father.
Yeah, I'm going to be like... Interesting indeed. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Can I roll, like... Because I don't want to say, like, I feel something up, because I feel like that wouldn't make sense. Or should I roll, like, insight or something to see if he's, like, telling truth? Because I know something's up because I won, or at least feel like something's up, because Arthos would not have gone with him, I feel.
So you're trying to figure out if he's telling the truth about Arthos leaving you to go be with your dad?
Yeah, because I just feel with professors not all being in there in the lunch room and it only being those three, and no other professor to be seen, you know, for such a big event, I just thought it was weird. And then when I go and look for Arthos on Thanksgiving, he's just
That's
gone.
fine.
Yeah, that's at least my reasoning. So what should I roll? What is that? Is that
That's insight if you're...
That's insight?
Figure
Okay.
out into his motives.
Okay.
That being, like, him lying.
Yeah, 13.
The puckwudgie's definitely telling the truth. He's relaying to you what he knows, which is that Arthos did leave to go hang out with old daddy.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go back to the table. I'll just sit back down and say nothing, really.
Well, he doesn't have to sit down right away. You want to talk to the guys while he's out?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm saying
Okay, so
what
Dave,
I'm gonna do. Yeah.
You head over to Ayanna and Benedict, or rather, I guess you're gonna have to gather them at different tables.
Yeah, I was just gonna go talk to Anna.
Okay, Ayanna. Okay, so you go over and as you make your way there, you see Rupert. All of them look at you very distrustfully. Rupert's like, "What are you doing over here? Your table's over there."
Yeah, what are you guys doing for the scavenger hunt? You guys think you're gonna go win this thing? For once?
So Ayanna, she shakes her head, smirking at you. She's like, "We're going to win."
Alright, good luck out there. I heard it's a little bit dangerous. I just want to like wink at her and then walk away.
So her head tilts towards you and she nods, looks back at her food, kind of like curiously thinking. Nice, very nice. I like it.
I actually don't want to go talk to Benedict. I was just gonna go see what she was up to, but
Okay.
and then
So-
go back to the table.
He leaves. You're at the table alone with the three students, with Victoria, Melvin, and Kiana.
I want to ask Kiana to talk privately.
So Kiana's like, "Where do you want to go? Like back to the dorm?"
That doesn't need. Yeah, sure, why not?
So you guys step out of the Great Hall, heading back to the dorm. You guys reach back to the table and notice that Finn and Kiana have left. Victoria and Melvin just kind of sit there quietly eating.
I'm not bothered by it.
Okay, so you guys reach back to the dorm, and she shuts the door behind her, and she's like, "What do you want to talk about?"
I mean, we both know you know more than what you're telling everybody.
No. She's like, "Yeah, you know about my eyes, Finn, but what are you alluding to?"
Could be anything. It could be nothing. Specifically, I want to know.
Oh, shit.
What's gonna happen to Arthur?
In one of the temples, Melvin's going to... She looks at you and she's kind of like searching for words. She's like, he's going to
It's fine.
change.
Yeah, no, I know.
She's like, you know?
Yeah.
Well, he's going to change and
No.
he saves Arthur, but the aftermath doesn't return, but Arthur does.
Okay.
I've been trying to, I mean, not as much lately, but I need to more, but I've been trying to build this family with Arthur, with everyone, in hopes that Arthur won't. In hopes that Melvin will return with him.
How often do your visions not come true?
They have come true every time. There's one in particular that my parents are very concerned with that it doesn't come true.
And what's that?
So she looks at the ground and she's like, you know, out of everybody here, I connected with you the most, and I feel like I can tell you this. At the end of this year, I'm going to lose my eyes. My family sent me to the school in hopes that I could gain training or understanding to stop it.
Well, listen. The oculancy...
Oracle.
Oracle. No, the oculancy.
Oculancy.
Teacher. The teacher.
Teacher, yeah?
Wasn't it? Or what's the class called?
Divinations.
Divinations teacher isn't real. So he's not going to help you. But I assume you already knew that.
I did. A lot of stuff I talked about, he had no idea. But
So where were you getting help from?
she gets close to you. She's like, I think I'm just enjoying the time I have. And if at the end I can't see, then at least I got to see some great people.
Alright, well, we're going to make sure that doesn't happen.
She's like, you can't change fate or the future. I've seen everything happen so far and it's all come true. But if it's anything, I've seen what happens with you in the future. And you're going to do some great things, Finn.
No.
No?
We could change some things.
Just
Your
killing
vision.
people.
Yeah, your
My
vision.
visions!
Your visions don't have to be. What's the next thing you saw?
She's like, it's really tricky because again, I don't always know the full circumstances of it. But the next thing I see is someone is being attacked by a hide behind.
Someone.
Yes. I don't know where or when though.
Okay, I guess we can't. Well, it's too vague to really.
But the thing is,
Correct.
like, well, we found out Patrice already got attacked by one, so I'm pretty sure that's what the vision was.
Oh, it could have been a past thing. Huh?
Yeah.
You never really know if it's past or future.
Exactly. I never know. I always have to make out that difference.
Are there any that are troubling you? Besides, obviously, losing your eyes, because that's big. I mean, obviously.
Oh, that's dude. She's like, there is one that's really troubling me. And it's, I keep seeing my family dying.
Jesus.
Yeah. She's like, I know. Like I said, you can't change everything, but
I mean, I guess it always happens sometime, but hopefully. Wow, that's, I mean,
yeah, I know.
Jesus.
So she says, she's like, you know, I never really fully. She stops. She's like, I just want to say I really appreciated when you came back for me that one day. I'll never forget that.
You do it for the rest of us. That's true.
Oh no! That moment, a Puckwudgie knocks on the door. And he peeks his head. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know there's students in here." The scavenger hunt though is starting soon. I don't know if you guys want to make your way down.
Yeah, I guess we should.
You should indeed.
I want to sort of hype Melvin up because
I love it.
this is like his time to really step up to lead them to the two. So I want to just get his mind focused on the actual scavenger hunt.
Yo,
So-
pause this shit. I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna piss
Back in the Great Hall, students get up waiting for the timer to hit 8. Tick, tick, tick. It's 58, 59.
Were any rules explained, by the way, of like what's allowed for us to do?
Don't assault other students
Oh.
to get what you want.
Okay.
Basic rules of the school.
Okay.
Don't be assaulting others. Yeah. Don't steal.
Okay.
We'll steal. Steal a little bit.
So yeah,
Again?
I'm ready to go. Like as soon as that clock hits, I'm like,
You guys all run for the Brightwood.
we're buzzing into it.
I need you to all do strength rolls, as there are bigger kids that are going to try to push past you.
Fuck him, bro. I'm gonna sneak by him. Can I use stealth? Sneak by him?
Can I do athletics or acrobatics or strength?
Athletics.
Athletics.
I got 8.
Plus your athletics? Or strength?
I have
whichever one's
0
higher.
athletics and strength.
16 plus 4, so 20.
I got stealth wise 16 plus 5, 21 for stealth.
Patrice gets left behind as students just
Oh.
swarm past him.
We'll wait.
You guys, you successfully stealth your way somehow through this crowd, keeping yourself small, pushing past bigger kids, smaller kids as well. You get out the door first. Not far from behind is Arthur, just running with the crowd like a wild beast, just in the crowd going with them.
You roll?
An 8.
Oh shit.
Oh, hold on, I got it. Melvin rolling a 4, fucking Kiana rolling a 6, and then Victoria rolling a 3 plus their
Dude,
stat.
this is a fucking dream team here. Jesus.
Did you get the?
Oh, you're like-
Did you get the pumpkin?
You guys all
wait,
are at the back.
wait. Oh, we didn't do the pumpkin juice thing. We're
You're
supposed
stealthing. Do you want to stealth?
to. Yeah, let me stealth back to get.
So
the
within the
pumpkin juice.
chaos of this crowd moving out, you
My bad.
successfully move your way over to the kitchen.
Oh, sorry. I wanted to.
Unless you just want to steal a goblet. I think you said a barrel earlier, right?
I thought we were doing a barrel and I'm
Yeah.
gonna shrink that shit.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, you successfully stealth your way over to the kitchen. Opening the doors. The kitchen's within the Great Hall, so opening the side doors. Peek in and there's 2 puckwudgie preparing food. However, they do not notice you.
Okay.
Behind them over the side is a keg, just of a few barrels of...
Okay.
So you...
Okay.
Yeah, so you...
Walk over. Am I still stealth? Like I'm still.
Yeah, you have that standard feat as well, which allows you to sneak by puckwudgie more easily.
Okay,
So
so
yeah, so you sneak over to the barrel.
Can I just quietly Verdo that shit down?
Yeah, so you do that. The barrel shrinks down to a good shoe size.
Put that shit in my pocket. Let's go.
You successfully, carefully step out of the kitchen like you weren't even there. When you get to the Great Hall, everybody is gone. However, you notice Patrice kind of getting up, brushing himself off, as if he
Why?
just got
Get
trampled.
Oh. All right, Patrice, let's go.
Yeah.
Are you waiting for me?
Yeah, we're, you know, ride together, die together. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go find Arthur and the rest of them.
Arthur with the crowd, the wildebeest running into the freaking Brightwood. You run in there, you notice that the other guys aren't with you.
Yeah.
Is he with the
so
other ones?
what I want to do,
They're
because
breaking off, I guess.
since we know where the marsh is, I kind of wanted to try and yell essentially to the crowd, not be like, "Oh, everyone, it's over there." Or everything. I wanted to be like, "Thunderbird, what we're looking for is in a completely different direction than like what the marsh is, but I don't know how to like really word that. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna like if the marsh is to the left, I'm gonna say, Thunderbird, go to the right. That's where we need to go for all of these things out here, to try and like now get other people off our trail.
Oh!
You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay, so do a deception roll then, so you sound confident in what you're doing.
Let's go. Let's go.
10 altogether.
Okay. You say
I
that...
guess it makes sense. I'm in a crowd.
Yeah, you say that, yelling it. Some fall for it. Not everybody, but some
That's what
immediately just like
matters.
veer right. The herd veers right immediately.
That's all that matters.
But then some go straight, some go left.
Numbers, they're sporadic. Even better.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'll look for them, I guess.
So yeah, I want to head back out there.
You guys catch up.
yeah, we
you see
caught up.
Arthur kind of waiting for you guys.
All right. How far we have to go? Like 30 minutes in before we separate.
No, we have to go an hour.
An hour in. 30 minutes.
No,
yeah,
30
yeah,
minutes.
30 minutes still separation.
Yeah, and then you have to go another 30 minutes. So they're all with you. So Melvin, he looks at you, and you can hear it. The minute you enter the woods, just rattling. The Chonotila are uneasy.
So I just want to like sort of look at him and look at the rest of us and like. So we'll stick together until then, but when we have to separate, that's when we'll cut off. But let's go together and practice. Get familiar with the woods. We all have a decent sense of direction here, I know, but I'll lead the way. I've been in here before. I just want to go due north or wherever.
Yeah, head the way. Okay. I need a survival roll, please. From one of you, not all. Who's at the highest survival?
I have 3 survival.
I think Patrice has a high survival, doesn't he?
I have 4, yeah.
Where's survival?
Bottom
It's
of the page.
in
I have
wisdom.
4 as well.
Okay, so one of you roll.
Go ahead.
7 plus 4 is 11.
No, that's all you needed. Moving your way through the Brightwood. It's not too hard. You're following tracks, signs out where these possible herbs or creatures could be within the scavenger hunt. As you get deeper into the Brightwood, 30 minutes past of easy trek, you reach the area, and I need an herbology roll from one of you, or all 3 actually. All of you can give me an herbology roll.
Okay.
That's 6.
Yeah, I have an 18 plus 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And then he wins.
based off your information of the Mediola, you would know that it grows very close most of the time to oakwood trees. So, oakwood trees are very spaced out within the Brightwood. Most of them are birch trees. So, you relate to the group, find the oakwood trees, that's where the herb will be.
Yeah.
That's also where the doxy nest would most likely be, by the Mediola. Melvin, Kiana, and Victoria, they all look at you, and Melvin's like, be safe, guys.
Yeah, I want to say that I'm like, remember, Kiana and Melvin, remember what we trained for in dueling. So keep Victoria in, replace her as me. Doxy are very fast, so remember that. Stick together, cover each other.
And who knows what else is out here.
Yeah, I'm just like, best of luck. Let's go.
You guys push onward, making your way towards the marsh. The deeper you get, the more the Chonotila rattle violently, warning you, trying to get you to turn around.
And me and Arthur are just chilling.
Just chilling, but Patrice, you can see Patrice is like, he looks off as if he's got like a migraine. Something's just knocking at him.
I hear the Chonotila right now, guys, and it's been getting progressively louder and louder. Their screams.
Which would mean we're on the right track then.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Sorry, I just want to keep on moving forward.
Keep moving, okay. You guys keep moving deeper into the forest. What was once the Brightwood quickly shifts. The sun that was beautifully poking, the sun rays that were beautifully poking through the top of the forest slowly starts to disappear, making the forest into this almost dark-like just change. It just becomes like, it's almost like midnight.
Can I cast Lumos?
Hell yeah. You have
Yeah.
Lumos?
Yeah, I have Lumos.
Dude, wow.
Damn.
Yeah, it's one of my cantrips.
Yeah. You don't have to roll, you're
Oh,
good.
16.
Yeah, so you concentrate, you cast Lumos. 16 giant Lumos. You cast Lumos, lighting the way. Thankfully, the forest, unfortunately, the forest becomes a rougher terrain. However, with Lumos, it allows you guys to trek past all those hard spots, thanks to Patrice. The Chonotila rattle more and more, and you start to notice now they're starting to walk along the branches with you, staring down at you. Despite their blank faces, you can see that they're confused, scared for you, wondering why the hell you're pressing forward, despite their warnings. With Lumos, sorry,
when
go
I
ahead.
see them getting closer, I want to point around. Do you guys see these? Have my arm out, try to get it onto me. Would it hop onto me or no?
It hops onto your arm, yeah.
I would look at. They don't see anything.
They don't see anything.
Oh my goodness.
Really?
Yeah.
We don't have time to keep stopping, guys. Every second's
I don't think
valuable.
he's stopping. Is he stopping or is he
No, he
just
keeps
keeping
moving. Yeah, it just
Yeah.
hops. He walks by a branch. It jumps off, lands
Yeah.
on his arm.
We need
Where
to,
are we planting this, guys? Where are we planting this?
We need to see the marsh first.
planting? What are we planting?
The
Yeah.
barrel.
Oh,
The pumpkin juice.
You're about 10 minutes out from the marsh. As you guys keep moving, the ground, your feet start to sink into the wet soil.
we're
It's
here.
hard to. You almost lose your shoes trying to pull your boots out. Excuse me.
You've lost your shoes before.
Yeah.
Sorry.
As you continue, again, the terrain becomes even more rough now. This ground's squishy. These massive tree roots start to protrude out of the ground, becoming obstacles that you have to hop over or climb under. As you continue, though, you immediately notice something with Lumos. Patrice waves his wand up, and you can start to see their massive webs starting to form along the trees.
Fuck no.
You now start to hear the rattling of the Chanotila stop. You can hear hissing in the distance, strange noises of birds and other creatures. You're deep in the Brightwood. It's hard to even think that this is called the Brightwood. As you guys continue forward, water starts to fill up
Are
above
we
the
continuing
grass.
forward with
Are
the
you?
fucking
Well, I
webs
imagine
there?
if we see the water, we know of its danger.
You're,
right?
you're in
And
the,
we see
you're-
the webs
you're
in the
bridging
water.
the marsh.
We're
Yeah, you're
fucking-
bridging the marsh now.
I want to see if there is like a vantage point or like at least a great point to put the barrel on. That could be like of an attraction kind of spot.
Within the area you're in, no, it's just very dense, like forest. So you'd have to keep pressing on.
Okay.
Do you think you could cause a big enough of a ruckus to start something here, or do you think
Well,
we need to
if
go
everything's territorial, then we don't want to cause that right away, especially if we're looking for something.
deeper? I just don't know how much further or deep we can get into without just cornering ourselves with trouble.
I want to roll, I guess, perception if I can see any kind of oily remarks of anything anywhere, or maybe even scorch marks from.
Oh, so it'd actually be a investigation roll.
Investigation, okay.
Actually, that's survival, because that's looking for prints or anything of the creature related. So that's survival.
So
Five rolls well
Yeah,
right now.
yeah,
Yes.
sure. You all want to look?
All of us? Sure, why not? Dave's got a high one.
I don't know what my rolls are today.
On point.
Yeah, 18 plus, you said survival?
Yeah.
Plus 3.
20.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. You guys look around, kind of splitting up, but staying close proximity. You look around. With Lumos casted, you can see that these webs deeper into the forest become more and more regular. They're really starting to become like, there's a lot of them. For you, you don't notice any oil marks. You look around, deeply investigating, nothing of the sort that would think there'd be a dragon toad nearby. Would you roll, Matt?
I didn't roll.
Oh,
I
okay, it's
thought they
fine.
were enough. You want me to?
No.
I will too. Why not?
Sure.
19 plus 4.
Wow.
Fuck, boys, hey!
So 23.
You look around, and as you look around, you kind of stop for a second because you're picking up on like hissing noises.
Oh, go
However, they're not nearby. They're probably within like the next 20 feet, somewhere over
Yeah.
the northeast of you.
Yeah. Also, none of us see this oil.
No. Jared looked for oil. He didn't see
And no
anything.
scorch marks or like
No
fire
scorch
kind of
marks
thing.
either. Again, you're bridging the marsh right now. You're on the outskirts.
I want to come back to the guys and let them know that there's spiders within the forest there. That's where I see the webs.
Oh shit.
So where the webs were a lot more thicker where we were.
There's only one where you were, but David Patrice ventured a little further in, and he saw that the webs, there was a lot more as he moved to like within like 20 feet in.
Do you relay that?
Yeah.
And do you relay any hissing?
Yeah, I relay the hissing is like 20 feet northeast, right?
If they're territorial, then each area could be a marking of what? Spiders aren't looking for anything on the ground to catch in their webs. They're looking for something to fly, which could be the wasps nearby in this area. The hissing can be the snakes over in that area. But what area is clear? Or
Because you still have the thing on your arm. But yeah, sorry.
What area
Oh,
is
the
like?
Chonatilla.
Yeah. What area
You
would
actually
be?
look at your...
What area would kind of be clear, or like not so much dense spider web? Because if it's flammable, then the spider web wouldn't be there, and so can the toad can jump up in there.
So the answer is you're gonna have to look deeper in, because from what
Okay.
you can see,
Yeah, and then I wanted to be like, Patrice, I honestly long shot. Ask the Chonatilla to point
So I was
in
gonna
a direction.
say, I want to look at the Chonatilla on my arm and let's see what he's pointing.
its head shakes, and then it shakes its head at you, and it points back the way you came, trying to tell you not to go there. It starts to hug your shoulder, and the rattling becomes like almost like
I'm gonna keep
sad.
Yeah, I'm gonna
It's
keep
sad
pressing
too.
on then. Yeah.
Guys, the Chonatilla does not want us to go any further. I think this is where our boundary might be.
Hey, tell him it's more dangerous to turn back. See what he
Oh.
says.
I think he knows much more about these forests than you do.
He doesn't know what's going on outside of these forests.
Guys, do we need to get... How about the other things? Like, we're just going for the dragon toad right now. Or the
We are
dragon
going
liver.
for all of these things.
Well,
Wait,
not-
can we see any of these other things?
the wormwood and all that.
Wormwood, Bobo tuber, Ditney.
Yeah. So again, you're still bridging the marsh. You need to go deeper in to find these things.
So you need to go deeper to find those too.
So the Chonatilla, after listening to you guys, it looks at you and it looks down at the ground sad, and it points northward. And then as it points northward, it goes like this, pointing more east towards the sound of the hissing.
Okay.
I want to look at him and say, like...
Thanks, little guy.
No, I'm just like, keep an eye out for us. And if you need to, you know who to find. And I'm like...
I also want to relate to the guys. I'm like, try to stay out of the water as much as we can. Keep on roots of the trees, like that are sticking out.
That's possible, right?
Because you said the roots are all over. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That way we're just not like deep in the water where the snakes could be.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's head out northeast then.
But be cautious.
Yeah.
So as you guys move north, or start moving northeast, as Arthur warned, as you guys take a step, all of a sudden, you guys kind of collapse into the water. You're about like knee deep in. So it's a little harder to move now. These roots are becoming like these like massive arches, forming a maze for you. You're looking around and you're not sensing or seeing any threat. Thankful with the Lumos lighting your path. However, I need all three of you to do a perception roll. You guys are fucking D4. Okay. Arthur can hear it. It sounds like something like stretching and expanding. When he looks up, you can see large black figures scurrying along the webs in the tree line. Something is stalking you from above.
The spider,
Oh, I'm getting a little tingly.
The
with
gnat.
goosebumps.
I'm gonna say we're being tracked.
I'm gonna start looking up as well. Do I see the spider and stuff?
Looking about
Or the
with your
black.
crap perception roll, looking about, waving the Lumos wand up, you don't see anything.
How much do you need for this perception?
This one? This is
Yeah.
a 15.
Oh, I only have 12.
I got him at 20, so...
But you're telling us we're getting
Yeah,
on
yeah,
track, so
yeah.
we know. It's like, do you know what it is?
I'd imagine it is what I guess I wouldn't have seen, or do I just know it's a spider?
You would know it's a... Well, you could assume what it is if it's running along legs,
Yeah, I'm
right?
gonna say it's the
Acromantula.
Acromantula.
So like, okay, stay away from the webs then. You gotta be careful of those.
Should we create a diversion? Of some sort.
We provoked. No, it's not always the smartest. So I'd say keep moving, but be ready.
Okay. You say so.
Pushing forward again. These long tree root like arches, they come to a stop. And up ahead you can see that the marsh opens up. There's small little islands within the swampy like water. And on the one island further up about 40 feet to the right is a willow tree. However, as you guys reach the end, I need a perception roll again.
Oh my god.
17.
Oh, the one time. Okay. When you guys step forward, you get a gut feeling. Patrice immediately goes, something's not right. All of a sudden, a massive stinger from what's the back part of a spider called? The abdomen? Whatever. Back part of the spider comes down, swinging at the edge of the archway to pierce Patrice. The Acromantula steps in, though, getting impaled.
So we just see something like
A
stop
stinger
it, yeah.
come down and just like impale the thing and pull back.
We don't see the thing. We just see it like it hit air.
Well, the Lumos is activated.
Yeah, but we don't see Acromantula.
No, but
Oh,
we
no, yeah,
clearly,
you see it
yeah,
hits
but we
air.
clearly see
Oh,
it
my
stop,
God,
yeah.
that's scary. So, yeah, you see it stop and then come back up. So, you guys kind of recoil. The spider turns around and starts running above the arch above you. This is a battle. Roll initiative, boys. Holy shit.
I don't know what my initiative is.
14.
It's on the top of
I
your
got
page.
15.
19 altogether.
Okay, so 15, 19.
Which page?
First one.
Holy fuck.
I got 16 total.
Acromantula, bro. Fucking security blanket, man.
Bro, I'm fucking
Um,
light this
Convenient, the
fucker
one creature
up.
we have nothing about, or knew nothing
Oh,
about.
yeah, I gotta roll.
I know a bit about
Oh, wow,
it,
nice.
but not much.
Oh yeah, nice. Creatures are gonna...
Okay, so it goes Jared, Matt, David, Creature.
Oh,
Acromantula.
Let's get it. Let's fucking light this bitch up.
Okay, immediately, because, all that, do I have my eyes on the creature right now?
Yes.
Okay, immediately, and I don't know if this would help, but I only imagine because of my remarkable aim, and just because if it's up in the trees and everything, would that count as cover or anything?
Yeah,
Or-
it would.
So yeah, so I have remarkable aim, which is, I guess you know what that is. So
Yeah.
so just roll an attack on it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going
Let's go
to. I feel like if I hit it with Bombarda, could be really
Even
good.
if you miss, it could. Be
Yeah, it
something
could
good.
be really good because if I miss, maybe I hit a tree and it hits it, or I hit web or knock it
Yeah,
out.
or knock it off. Yeah.
Either that or Incendio, but I'm gonna do Bombarda.
Spiders
Okay.
can't swim. It's a known fact.
13 plus 6.
You
so
hit.
19.
Roll damage, sir.
Let's go.
Let's
With
see how well you
Bombarda?
Yeah.
You hit fucking.
D10. Where's a D10?
Fucking dead.
What's a D10? Is this a D10? No.
D10 is the one with like 70, 60.
Oh,
that
it's
on it.
this one, I guess?
Right?
Like the...
No, that's
This is a D.
no. Yeah, that's right. That's the that's the D100. This is
That's
the
a D8.
Isn't it a D?
that's D10.
This is a
This is a D10?
Yeah,
with a 0.
because this is
for
a
10.
12.
What's the 10 on here?
It's a
This
0.
is an 8. Yeah, it's a 0. The 0
Oh,
is a 10.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. 3. Okay. But that's still, so Bombarda blasts whatever hit, creating localized concussive explosion. And it's bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Okay. You hit it. However, your aim, despite being remarkable, it's slightly off and it smashes into a couple or one of its legs, causing its leg to lose grip of the branch, dealing a nice hefty 3 damage. The Acromantula is still stuck on the top of the archway, though. Cutting over to Matt. What are you gonna do?
Incendio that hoe.
Let's see, bro.
I'm gonna hit 8. Wait,
Plus.
transfig?
It's transfig, so
So
it's
14.
that's on the dot. Incendio, you wave your wand up, casting Incendio, causing this massive fire stream to shoot up towards the trees. It scorches the creature. Roll for damage, sir.
It says 3d6.
Yeah, it says 3d6 on failed decks.
So I gotta do a dex save for it.
Yeah.
So it was an AC then. So then it has to roll higher than that. Nice. You fucking bitch.
And even if it succeeds, it's half on success.
Nice.
Yeah.
So roll 3d6, sir.
Okay. It's 6. That's just a regular
Do you
die,
want
right?
my 6
I
to
got
roll?
one. Why?
Yeah, but you're rolling 3d6.
Do you want to roll 3 or...
Do you want to do all 3 at a time?
He does not.
Oh.
6.
Roll again.
6.
You got barely stated. Oh
4.
My God.
16. Oh my god.
That
Dude,
was
what
fucked.
the? You scorch this thing. It starts to writhe in pain as you are incinerating it alive. Its legs lose grip
Fuck
from the
spiders,
archway.
right?
It lands in the water trying to get rid of the fire that you ignited it with. It starts to like scurry around the water. This thing is on the brink of death. It cuts over to Patrice.
Is it squirming in one spot or is it moving
It's
around?
squirming in one spot. It's trying to get the fire out.
I'm going to cast Sartorial right at it. Go for the kill. 7 plus. Fuck.
You get
3.
advantage because it's.
So a 10.
It would not hit. Roll for advantage though.
14. So
That's
that's
it.
17.
Waving your wand towards it, casting Sagittario, an arrow shoots out. An energy arrow shoots up from your wand, impaling it through the chest, further into the opening of the marsh. The creature, its legs curl up as it lays on its back. It is dead.
Do I see the Chonotila anywhere or is...
The Chonotila lays floating in the water up ahead at the end of the archway. Its whole abdomen has a hole in it.
Can I like grab him or no? Is there like...
Yeah, you grab him. You hold him in your arms like a little, I guess like a baby.
Yeah.
Its head rattles slowly. You can see on its face, it understands what's happening. And you can see its head slowly starts rattling, and you can hear like a sigh. And it disappears. It just vanishes slowly in your arms.
I'm just... It's emotional.
Yeah, dude. It hurts me! I love that little guy. He had 15 minutes of time.
The first Chonotila is murdered.
Dude, the fact you took him with you, man.
Yeah.
Those stars are aligning.
Look, the dead spider is now going to bring whatever is near to it. We have to act quick.
Okay.
Get the fuck out this water.
Yes, let's get that wormwood. Do we see anything
Willowwood?
over?
It's Willowwood. Right?
It's no wormwood you need as well, but willowwood you need willowwood.
But that's the one.
Else.
That's the one that we're going
Yes.
towards.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
can we just collect that?
The willowwood.
Yeah.
It is further off, like 40 feet to the
I
right.
thought it was right in front.
No. Here's you guys through this lake of water and these small islands. You'd have to traverse to get to this willowwood.
Oh, my bad.
How about the wormwood? Is that close by or is
You'd have to do a survival roll. However, before you have a chance to do that, that hissing noise is getting closer. Arthur's insight was right. You can see a swarm of 6 spitting snakes swimming towards you through this lake of water.
Guys, we should use carpet retractum to get to the tree. 60-foot range.
Okay. Let's go. I want to cast it on the tree
Okay.
and sort of swing to it.
You guys don't have to roll. Casting. You guys cast up, and this thing propels you forward. You swing. Wait, you want to cast at the willow tree up ahead? I guess so, yeah.
yeah.
You do grappling hook there, pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So, yeah, you guys cast... Oh, okay, that would require a roll, because that's further. So I need you guys to do a roll, then.
That's further?
Yeah, well, it's 40 feet away, right? You gotta aim your wand and everything at it.
It says range is 60 feet, so I just imagined.
19.
Yeah,
Plus-
so you just have to roll towards
Okay.
the AC. The target number.
14.
Yeah.
Your range is 60? I thought it was 20.
I was gonna say, are you
No,
sure?
it's 60
Carpet
for
retracting
something
is
It,
else.
pull-
pull,
40
it,
feet.
it pulls 20 feet.
Oh,
Actually, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it's only...
Yeah.
What am I supposed to... I'm supposed to roll
But that's
on this?
isn't that pulling objects? We're swinging there.
Yeah, so what happens is it shoots 60... I'm pretty sure it's 40, man.
It's 60 on mine, too.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
it's 60 feet range, but it only pulls something
Pulls 20 feet?
But
Okay.
we're not pulling, we're swinging.
Okay, so the thing is, though, with the tree, though, where you are, it's gonna latch. You're gonna swing, you're gonna have to release, though, and then cast it again. Because if it's only pulling you... If you're swinging 20 feet, it's gonna release, right? So you're not gonna swing 40 feet over there.
No, he's saying if
Yeah, I'm
you
saying-
cast it at something, it pulls it 20 feet.
How are you gonna pull a tree 20 feet?
No,
That's-
I'm not.
that's
no,
not
I'm
what
not.
he's
That's not
doing.
what I'm doing.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
you're-
different
I'm
for
just
swinging.
using. I'm not pulling
It's
my. I'm
different for
swinging.
swinging. If I was like, if you're like 20 feet away and I wanted to grab your wand, I could do that. Wait, Actually, that doesn't.
No,
Make
Yeah.
sense.
wait. So
Like-
are you grabbing on the trees next to you to swing there, or you're grabbing the
I
willow
just
tree?
I just imagine like I cast near a tree over there, like maybe the tree
Okay,
Not
next,
the
that makes
willow.
sense. I
the
thought
tree
you were
next
casting
the
at
tree
the
next
willow
to
wood.
it,
No.
and then
Okay, yeah,
gonna
that makes
swing
sense. Yeah, you
to
don't have to
it,
roll
yeah.
for that. Okay, yeah. So you cast Carpe Retractum, grabbing onto the branches next to you, swinging. You release and cast again, swinging closer and closer, almost like you're grabbing onto vines. Your Carpe Retractum succeeds.
Hey, those Acromantula best be watching us Jungle Boys.
As you guys swing, you guys land perfectly where the island is that holds the willowwood tree. You can see the snakes go over towards the archway where the dead Acromantula is. So the willowwood tree is there. All you need is some bark.
I want to roll perception to see if I see scorch marks or oil.
Yep.
If I look out for any creatures, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
Nat 20!
You don't have to do anything. This guy, perception, immediately.
I got 19, so
Wow.
if there's anything he doesn't see, I'll see.
When you guys land, Arthur immediately on guard looks up. He can see that there's scorch marks around the tree. He hears the water rustle behind him. Immediately moving out of the way, a tongue shoots past you and then retracts. This toad hops out of the water. A massive orange and black 6-foot tall toad. It's got these massive bulbous eyes that sit on this metallic scaly-like body. This thing looks angry that you're on its island.
I'm like sort of
I'm-
gasping.
Yeah,
at
I'm
right now.
immediately. I want to yell to Finn. I'm like, I'm going to do my best to distract it, set up the barrel, and put the potion in it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And as I
Listen?
say that,
Do I have to? Can I put the potion in it before I blow it up, or what? Like
Yeah.
before I.
that would
increase it?
expand the potion with it.
Yeah.
Oh my, that makes a potion even more.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my
I'm
God.
like it.
Yeah,
he
so you
told
do
me
that
that.
pop
I'm
top.
doing that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in.
Okay, roll
yeah.
initiative, please. Again.
Oh, is this an okay? We all do.
Oh, it's sitting at 19.
I only got 2.
18 plus 1.
Wait, why does
Yeah,
it matter for
I
me
have
to do
17 all.
initiative?
I have 17 altogether.
I'm not doing an attack. I'm just putting.
You have to,
something-
like, for preparing still, though.
Yeah,
Oh, I
You
only
still
got
have to, yeah.
just the follow the.
I only
It's
got
okay.
a
It's
2.
only it's initiation. That probably just that's just gonna mean you're gonna last.
I got
But
19.
I thought,
19?
Like, throwing the shit down would be important. To
Jared,
do first.
what'd you roll?
I got
17?
a 17. Yeah.
Oh, you said you're distracting it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna distract it.
And what'd you get, Matt?
I only got a 2.
Oh, okay, that's fine. David goes first, then Creature, then Jared, and then Matt. Okay, so what do you want to do,
So,
David?
I see this thing just jump out, and he sort of.
Yeah, he's like 15 feet away from you.
Can I run towards the willow tree? Like,
Yeah.
Sort of at it, and then, like, is he chasing me, or is he like?
He's got his sights locked in on you.
So when I get there, I'm gonna sort of shoot an arrow towards him. A Sagittarius.
Sagittario. I love it. Roll.
19.
Oh,
roll
damage.
Oh, roll damage.
Get the damage. Let's go.
It's a charm too, right?
No,
Sagittarius.
No, it's
it's
transfiguration.
it's
So you
transfig.
so you only get the plus.
I never learned that shit.
1d8 plus spellcasting.
Roll.
I was aiming at. I guess I didn't say it, but I was like aiming at his tummy because he was just sort of like standing right up at us, right? So I was like going for a good chest shot, or was he sort of hunched over? I guess he would be on his fours,
Yeah,
right?
he'd be on his forest.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just shooting at him then.
Okay.
4 plus. It says plus.
Your spell, yeah.
spellcasting ability
8
modifier.
altogether.
So would you get it? What's your
Oh
spell?
wait, it's
Is that just what you
Spell attack. It's your
Oh, it's 3. Spell
strength
attack
of
bonus.
7. Love it. Okay. Now it's the creature's turn. After you shoot it with the arrow pierces through some of its scales and pale blood shoots out. The creature looks down, looks back at you, and does a massive leap up into the air and goes to land on top of you. You need to do a dex save.
Shit.
Am I just near him or anything or no?
What's your dice?
Your...
I was gonna use.
I'd say
I
you-
was gonna use a reaction.
For what?
I was gonna Protego
20.
reaction.
Oh, you got a 20.
Oh.
Like 17 plus 3 for a dex save.
Save that. Okay, yeah, good. Okay. So this thing does a mass. It lands, causing the ground to slightly shake around you. You roll out of the way. However, it's not done. Turning to you, its cheeks fill up, and it goes to spray this slimy oil on you.
Why does it get 2?
Because it's multi-attack.
Yeah.
Some creatures have multi-attack. Reaction?
2 questions though, actually, just because they're re-based. So, I could either have done a reaction or an opportunity attack because it was moving. Okay, I'm going to do reaction anyways, just to save. So I'll do reaction, Protego.
Yeah. Okay, so moving in, you cast Protego, causing this shield, this blue luminescent shield to pop up. The acid sprays along the shield and just washes over it like a windshield. Just sprays on and just moves down. So the spray does not hit you because Arthur moved in, cast Protego. Now it would be your turn, Arthur's turn.
Okay, I don't know if this makes sense, but can I, did I notice anything on the tree? Like where the scorch marks were, was the fire getting through the bark?
Yeah, it was burning through the bark.
Okay, never mind then.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, then after that, I'm going to now try and take him away from Patrice while he's trying to set up that stuff.
Get that aggro.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I guess, after I really did that, is I'm going to run to the side and everything, and then I'm going to cast Inferno Cerebra on it.
Okay.
Right now.
Cast it. Get higher than that 11.
Yeah, I have higher than 11 with my modifier, added in when I'm casting it.
Yeah.
So now, then I roll a d6, right?
Yeah, and and then a d4 after.
Okay.
I think it's -2.
Oh, wait, that's not a d6. That's a d10.
Fuck it.
So d6 first.
Yeah.
D6 is 4.
Okay,
and then the d4.
Yeah.
2.
Nice. So it gets -2 to its rolls. Nice. Okay. Now it cuts over to, unless you have a bonus action or anything.
I could, with the fucking sorcery points, is use another attack too with it. After I did that, I wanted to use sorcery points again and use Locomotor Wibbly and lock the legs if I can hit it with them.
Yeah, do it. Lock its fucking legs, holy shit.
Fuck, 4 plus 6, yeah.
10, not enough.
Is his things lowered though at all with the Inferno Cerebra, or? I don't know if that's a thing. I just am curious.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
No, this is a good point.
Inferno.
It says something fail save.
Because it says confusion and then Jellybrain and I succeed. So I don't know exactly what that really means. So I'm just asking if it doesn't. It doesn't.
Really? On a hit, target takes 1d6 psychic damage. No, from the save. The spell, no. So it wouldn't affect their AC.
Okay.
Yeah, so casting Locomotor Wibbly, the spell hits, wrapping chains around the leg. However, the toad expands its legs out, breaking the chains easily.
Okay, cool.
Unless you want to spend an inspiration point for an advantage roll.
Fuck yeah. Okay, I'll do inspiration.
Inspired.
16 plus 6, so...
Locomotor Wibbly, the chains. You cast it again, the chains wrap this time perfectly around its legs, immobilizing
it. Can't keep balance, and it's knocked prone.
So this thing tries to leap up, but however just falls right down.
I debuff this bitch.
Okay, it's Matt's turn.
Should I still just throw the bait out? It's literally on the ground.
Have it it's confused now too, so it honestly, who knows?
Should I just attack it, or should I just throw the bait out?
I'll tell you guys right now, this thing has 28 HP left, so it's up to you.
I would say honestly attack it. At this point, what I've done to it, it needs to now save from the Inferno Cerebra and also save from the Locomotor Wibbly.
I'm gonna go Incendio again, because that seems to be a good one.
Fucking scorch it.
Is it disadvantaged at all, or is...
It's disadvantaged because it's...
It might be fireproof.
I have 15 plus 6,
Oh my god, okay, yeah.
22? Or no, 21. My bad. 21.
So 3d6.
3d6 damage. Let's have some fun.
Oh, I just realized that's a spell save, actually. Okay, it's not gonna be any lower. You still hit. It's a 2. There's no way I'm rolling lower than a 2, but actually I'm supposed to. It's a 6. Yeah, so you still hit, so roll your 3d6.
Okay, so I hit 1 3, 1 5, and 1 4. 12.
Damn, dude. Damn. Okay, cutting back over to David. This thing is on the ground. Its legs chained up, taking
Is it
hits.
still on fire?
What does prone do again?
Prone?
Yeah.
Just his face down.
Yeah, but prone does something for combat.
Prone. A prone creature's only movement option is to crawl unless it stands up and thereby ends the condition. The creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. An attack roll against the creature has advantage if the attacker is within 5 feet. Otherwise, the attack roll has disadvantage. Yeah.
Before I
Just beating up.
when I look at it, can I try to communicate it with it? Like, hey, we need your liver. I don't want to kill you.
Right back.
Magical creatures roll, yeah.
Magical creatures, let's go. Maybe it's like, yeah, okay.
18 plus 8.
8?
Yeah, I have 8,
Yeah,
I
dude,
have 8 magical
his
creatures.
8 magical creatures.
This creature looks up at you after you say that. It goes, looks down at its liver and it's like, ribbit, ribbit. And you know, based off your anatomy lessons within dragon toads, you know this thing's trying to communicate, okay, you can take it if you let me live.
Can I do anything right now or no? Because it's out of turn. I don't know if this changes
No, it's out of
anything.
turn.
Okay, will you give it to us, or do we have to extract it from you?
So all of a sudden it lifts its head up and it's like, and it pukes up like an organ. You look at it, you're like, oh my god, like it just puked up its liver.
Guys, I think we got the liver. I think
Wait.
we should let this live.
Can I use
This creature
insight
lives.
to see if it's fucking telling the truth, or is that magical creature?
Insight roll on the creature. Based on what David knows, this thing has dragon toads have 3 livers.
Oh, well, fuck
Yeah.
this dude. Okay. Okay, bye.
Guys, I want to advocate that. Like, yeah, we should let him live.
Can you ask it to take care of the other creatures for us?
Which other creatures? The
On our way
Like
back.
the
He's saying
hissing,
to lead us
the
out.
hissing and all this other stuff. Can it protect us?
I want to look at him like.
Say
There's another condition.
Yeah, say there's a barrel of pumpkin juice in it for him.
Oh, yes.
We have, if you protect us on the way back into the Brightwood, I'll leave a barrel of a special drink for you. Can you take us there? Can you take us back?
Its
What,
eyes
we need
blink,
some other
looking at
shit.
the 3 figures standing around it. It looks at you, its cheeks expand, it goes, ribbit. The cheeks deflate, and it just nods.
I thank you. I apologize for shooting an arrow at you earlier.
Did we get the Willowwood yet?
Yeah, I'm
No.
just gonna say I'm gonna go for it right now while
Yeah,
they're
so
talking.
you go chop off a large chunk
Yeah.
of the bark.
Okay, so we have 2 things. We
I'm
still
gonna ask
need...
him about
Is
the other
this
stuff.
is it
We
magical?
still need Bobo
Nobody's
Tuber,
needed for
Wormwood,
magical
and
stuff.
Dittany.
So we can't like shrink it.
Can I ask him?
No, you can drink it. It's not
Okay,
magical.
I'm gonna give you the bark and say shrink this.
I was gonna talk to the frog
just
again. I'm
do
like,
it.
we still need Wormwood, Bobo Tubar, and Dittany, as well as a Willowwood.
Just make a friend.
We just got the Willowwood.
We got the Willowwood.
Do
We
you
got
know-
the Dragon Liver. I have both Dragon Liver and Willowwood, correct?
Yeah. So it looks at you, and then kind of like shoots its tongue at the ground, pulls its tongue back, and like nudges at the ground. You can infer it's telling you to show him the goods. Show him the special juice.
The juice.
Finn, I need you to show him the good stuff.
Throw the barrel down, Barrel Verdo.
He looks at it. Immediately, this thing looks like cracked out. It's like it breaks the chains from its legs. It jumps like 30 feet into the water, jumps further into the marsh, and it disappears.
Well, there goes that.
At least we got its liver, guys. Let's take this up.
I should have killed it.
No. It's coming back.
How are you guys getting off the island?
It's coming back. No, it's coming back.
You guys hear swimming noises.
It's coming back.
Take the barrel.
I'm gonna shrink it back down and wait. We're
Flashing out of the water leaps the dragon toad.
Oh,
Opening its mouth, it drops this massive barky it's covered in oil slime now, but it drops the wormwood and the Ditney
And the Bobo
and the Bobatora pus out of its mouth. So it drops the 3 herbs, and then it presses its foot down on the Bobatora, and pus shoots out. The Bobatora is it's on a small bark-like stem, and then it looks like a gross, lumpy green slug at the end. On top of that, so he steps on it, and the pus shoots out, and you know you gotta take the pus.
Yeah.
On top of it, the wormwood, a small green stem with these multiple, very strong scented, sharp leaves. You know that's wormwood. And the Ditney, just kind of like a white, flowery, very brittle-like stem. And it looks at that on the ground, and it looks at the barrel, and it nods towards you.
I'll throw it back down. Blow it up. Go ahead.
Immediately, wraps its arms around it and just sticks its tongue in it, just starts slurping it. Just it's literally on its side on the ground, just
I'm gonna say, okay, let's leave, and then. Yeah.
Do we just
Let's
get
go
on
catch
its
up with
back?
all.
No,
we get on
we
its
do
back?
not get on it.
Why not?
Dude, it
How the
makes
fuck
sparks.
are we gonna get out?
It makes sparks,
Well, it
bro.
will be covered in its oil, and
Yeah,
Okay.
we shouldn't go on it.
Can,
Yeah,
we,
let's
can we
just-
get safe passage then?
I don't know if it's gonna talk to us at
He's
all.
the magical creatures
Yeah.
expert.
Bro, ask it for safe passage.
I want to look at it and ask him, do you know of any Thunderbirds?
So it just keeps slurping its freaking
Yeah.
pumpkin juice. It looks over at you and it's like, ribbit. It just goes back to drinking.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, okay, we took care of spider. In our path that we came from, we cleared that way. If we just stay away from the water.
And the snakes, yeah. The water and the snakes. We'll stay clear.
Yeah, I think we just gotta swing our way back. We have to get there as quick as possible, and I think...
Yeah.
Do you see the Chonatila? Are they pointing a way out or a way to go?
Do I see the Chonatila at all?
Along the edge of the water.
Those are like pilots on the ground.
Along the edge of the water, they actually start to walk on the top of the water towards you, and they each start to point towards a safe exit.
Okay. Follow me, guys. I see them clearing the runway.
Casting Carpe Retractum, you guys pull yourself to the top of the tree line where a lot of the roots have actually formed. I need acrobatics rolls from you guys. You're going to essentially be swinging and jumping from root to root.
I'd like to also say I'm keeping an eye out just in case any of them failed to possibly help them.
I got 13.
I got 18 altogether.
I have 13 altogether.
Beautiful. Swinging, you guys Carpe Retractum, swinging through these dense forests of these massive birch trees. As you get closer, you jump on the roots, jumping off, you cast Carpe Retractum again, landing on the next root, and the next. So eventually you stop, and you realize you're out of the marsh. The minute you guys escape the marsh, though, the rattling stopped. However, you can see the creatures, they look at you as if they're mourning. As if they're sad about something.
I want to tell the guys that I feel like something bad's happened. I'm not getting good energies back on mainland here. Let's go meet up with Melvin.
Are they directing anything? Is there any tell from them?
Yeah, the tell...
Hey, take your fucking hat off. We're in mourning right now. Take your fucking hat off.
What happened?
I know what you did.
The Chonotila, they mourn, their heads don't shake. They look back the way you came.
I want to look back to the where the tree is.
No, back where towards Ilvermorny.
Oh, where the Tarantula died, where their guy died, or no?
No,
they're
not where they're guided.
towards the school. Towards the school.
Towards the
yeah.
school. Okay. So yeah, let's just go back to the
Poor
school,
bastards.
guys.
Did you relayed that?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
directing back to
immediately
the
start
school.
running back. Yeah.
You guys start running again. It's still dark. You guys don't know where you're running. You're tripping over roots.
Do we not? I thought we were good with direction.
You're good
Well,
with direction. You know how to get back.
Lumos.
You Lumos. You start moving faster through the forest, jumping over the roots. You clear the darker part of the Brightwood, moving into the nicer part. In the distance, you hear yelling, blood-girdling roar from something that's not human.
Wand out, I'm running, yo.
We're going.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
we're
getting tears in my eyes. You
We're
guys,
going towards it.
you guys reach. You guys make it to the zone where you see people gathered. You can see Melvin standing there in shock. Ember has like a from her wand, carpe retractor essentially wrapped around this thing's throat, pulling it to the ground. It's the Sasquatch, the adult one, pulled to the ground. She releases it, begins to cast spells that cause it to writhe and scream in pain. Near it is a dead student. You guys look at her and recognize it's Sushina. And the session ends there.